Domo, welcome everybody. Today we're playing Love Limit, yippee! So yes, Domo Doom Guy, Domo Bucky, Domo Arditto. Oh no, Porcula's down. He's been staked. Rip. And yeah, Merry Christmas. It's still Christmas Eve here, but you know, time zones, whatever. I got my Christmas hat ready, as you can see. I got my Santa's hat. So we good. Yes, I have the Santa hat. So yeah, this game was one of the games that was thrown at me for that Choose Wisely festival. Oh, sorry, Fifth Alice. Domo, welcome. I missed you there. No, I don't need a beard. Yes, Domo, Fifth Alice, and anyone else I missed. Thank you for the 14 months, Heavy 8th. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Domo, welcome. So yeah, like I was saying, this was considered to be part of the lineup for the Choose Wisely festival, but it didn't make the cut. But it's short, and I was like, well, need to break up all the murder and mayhem with something a little more cheerful. So I figured let's play this. Plus, the developers specifically send our email that I have to show Taffy love, and he is on my lap right now, so I will fulfill the developer's wish of showing Taffy love right now. Mwah! Mwah! There you go. I don't want Christmas off? What do you mean? I'm wearing my Santa hat, Bucky. What do you mean? No, we're not beating up Siribot. Siribot worked hard this year. Siribot is on the nice list, and if you keep pushing it, you're gonna be put on the naughty list. Alright, let's get going. Like, I'm not stinky, I showered. You know Christmas is only one shower away. Well, I took that shower, so it is now Christmas. The last drinks of my third cup of coffee slide down my throat like cold brown sludge. I'm done. Officially, we're getting the bill and going home. Please, Aaron, let's wait a little more. I'm sure he has a great reason for being late. That's what you said 2 refills ago. And I meant it as much as I do now. He swore he'd come. Yeah, well, I don't know what ghost you set me up with, but I agreed to a date. 1 date, Lynn. I just heard at the coffee shop around us. All I got this afternoon was ridiculous overpriced caffeine at $9.50. Holy crap! That's way too much. Well, I could have made some at home for free. Yeah, at that point, you might as well get yourself one of them Keurig machines. At least they offered free refills? There, the server glared like she could vaporize me whenever she came over. I paid in stress for each refill. I think she would have been less annoyed if we ordered food. My sister slouches back in her chair at the choice look I gave her. We're stuck in this cafe because I humored her. She's had so much success playing matchmaker among my friends that my time finally came around. And it's what she wants to do professionally. I caved after her endless poking and prodding. I know today it isn't going as planned, but can't we try to see the bright side of things? For starters, we got a good walk-in. You mean that thing I do every morning on my way to work? As a walker, you know anything could have happened to your day while he was on his way here. Oh really? Such as? Anything. A car accident, robbery, family emergency. What if he missed the bus and had to hitchhike? There's her overactive imagination going wild again. For 2 hours? For all we know, all those incidents happen in succession. Imagine if it's like I cut on a grinder, or a car splashes new clothing with mud, or... Then we should be mature enough to let me know. Those 2 hours of my life aren't coming back. Okay, I understand, but please, for me, can't we wait 30 more minutes? Worked so hard to set this up. Yeah, no, I'd rather go home. Only thing waiting for us at home is that stream you were watching. And the total solace of relaxing in my bed. Come on, that 24-hour fish stream isn't going anywhere. It's not even important. What are we, a cat? It's super important. Somebody needs to ring the doorbell so those fish can migrate. That's why I'm concerned about you. Nobody else is spending their entire weekend on that. They go out and meet people, have grand adventures, get married, have 19 kids, touch grass. So you know, there were over 100 people in the live stream before we left. That's even more concerning. Fast for your phone, please. Maybe you sent the message in the app? I slide my phone across the table towards my sister. Whoa, charge your phone. Do you always walk around with 20% battery? It's 50 before we left. My sister just shakes her head. 2 taps later, the grayed up logo flashes across the screen. Left everything from my password to create my file in the app to Lynn. Double backbite, welcome. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Good seeing ya. Aw, lame. There are no messages from him. Whoever my sister set me up with, it's clear they aren't coming. If anything, the hours I've waited for a total stranger are more than generous at this point. Well, Lynn... I don't know if I'm saying it right, Lynn or Linnae. I don't know. Lynn has put a lot of effort into this. I'm ready to call it quits. I'm getting coffee jitters. I'm hungry. I have to work early tomorrow. I'd prefer to be at home, relaxing in my bedroom, than to spend even another $1 here. I toughed it out thus far because Lynn means well. But is that enough? I've toughed it... Yeah, let's see. What if I could just go home? Lynn, I love you, and I know you wanted this to work out, but let's just go. We've wasted enough time here today. But, okay, I understand. I hate to break her heart, but whoever the stay was, I doubt he's worth this long of a wait. I flagged the waitress down, and my defeated sister pays the bill. She tips well, considering we took up considerable time in the server section. Hey, cheer up! How about we stop and grab takeout on our way home? Are you really okay with that? I have to feed you anyway. This saves us some dishes. Can we order fried chicken? We sure can. And we did exactly that. Lynn and I carried our spoils home and spent the rest of the evening watching a movie and eating. It was such a marvelous time that we completely missed the alien invasion until the loud vaporizing bangs rang out. Yippee! Dead. Turns out ghosting an alien invader is a bad idea. Whoops. Alright, stick around for another 30 minutes. 30 minutes more. That's all they're getting. Following that, we're seriously leaving. Of course. Gosh, thank you so much. You're more vested in this than I am. That won't be the case for long. He's super cute. How do I tell my sister that it takes vastly more than that to impress me? Or rather, how can I share that in a way she'd parse? My phone rings. I have a notification. Are those my dailies? No, it's a message from him. My sister abandons her seat and squishes in next to me. Look, he says he's sorry for being late and that he's stuck at work. I knew he wouldn't flake on you. This is great. He said he'll be done once he completes one last task. What kind of jerk tells you that 2 hours later? Maybe he's got a horrible boss? I could seriously make a novel out of all the excuses you give other people. Yeah, Taffy is a baby. He's off my lap now. Now he's on the floor grooming himself. Unfortunately for my sister, 30 minutes comes and goes without another word from my mysterious date. I collect my bags and pay the bills wordlessly. Lynn follows behind me like a sulking dog. Her head's down. Her eyes are dewy. Really going? Yes, we are. 30 minutes is 30 minutes. But he texted. Lynn, enough. You've already agreed. Okay. This still sucks, though. Look, you could set me up another date some other time. Preferably with someone who actually shows up. Yes, pet the kitty for Christmas. I tug the cafe door open, but the world tumbles around me. At first, I fear I'm shaking profusely from all the caffeine I gulped down. But when everyone around me gasps, ducks under tables, and tucks into door frames, I think better of it. I huddle my sister beneath a table, but she seizes my arm when I don't join her. Where are you going? The chick outside. Get at her table. Enough people are recording their phones that somebody will catch something. I'll be away for 5 seconds. That's all it takes. Her fingers dig into my arm, and her eyes beg me to stay. I can't leave. She's too terrified to be left alone. So I join her under the table. Uh-oh. The sky outside turns red, and the cafe's trembling intensifies. Glassware tumbles off shelves. Framed decor crashes into the ground. People cry out and cover their heads amidst the shatters and thuds. Screaming drowns out the rest. Oh boy, everyone's gonna die! Yippee! Double cosmic! Merry Christmas! Yeah, exactly. It's like, there's an alien invasion, just a dime. What is that? What's happening? Oh god! What are those? My sister squeezes me as if holding on to me will save her life, but I peek out from under the table. Thousands of saucers descend from the crimson sky outside, each of them blurring that horrible noise I heard before the screaming started. What the hell? Are those spaceships? Oh my god! Catch that on camera! This is my chance to go viral! I can't breathe. The smooth, metallic exteriors of each ship are terribly alien. Their engines blast purple flames. Sis, are there really aliens? I think. But I don't know what else those could be. I squeeze back under the table with my sister and yank out my phone. My cricket feed explodes with chirps and chimes. Trendy tags are all about aliens, spaceships, and the concerning red sky. My timeline is on an endless scroll of descending spaceships from various angles in different countries. You've been playing a childhood favorite? Oh, cool. Probably make this a little louder, like maybe this much. All the electronics at the cafe emit a horrendous screech. I drop my phone, but Lynn catches it. A live video overrides the social media app I was on. Featured in it is some man with a legion of soldiers behind him. Actually, he's on every screen in the vicinity. My sister pales. By now you'd think I know the optimal way to deliver these speeches. Someone shrouded in darkness whispers to the man in the broadcast. Huh? Are we live? Well, hello, Earthians. My name is Egan. I'm the prince of the planet Ornthon. I expect my name will be seared into your mind shortly, since I'm taking over this planet as its supreme overlord. I suggest you surrender within the hour. If you do not, then we shall continue our subjugation with force. Egan stares off screen. I fear what draws his attention, especially as I hear jet planes and helicopters. Right on cue, as predicted. This shall be a quick lesson for those with dreams of resistance and grandeur. Gunfire erupts outside and the crimson sky flashes with red, orange, and white. They're firing at the ships outside! What already? Serious Sam? Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I've heard of that. Never played it, but I've heard of it. Cool. Well, glad you're enjoying it. I glance outside in time to see the attacking helicopters and planes sucked into a black void. They vanish in a twinkling, the spray of particles most RPG attacks could only hope to emulate. Ah, Double Cody! Thank you for the raid! Welcome, raiders! Yeah, I'll take your, it's like, no, I've only got Swedish fish. Hide the Swedish fish. Get your own Swedish fish. But yeah, Double Cody, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I'm Blade the Loom, Kid Today Hunter / Animal Tamer. And today we're playing Love Limit, where there are alien invasions and aliens to smooch. So yeah, if you gotta eat or sleep or whatever, go ahead. Otherwise, kick back, relax, and enjoy smooching aliens. And W, welcome. You were doing art and switched to Warrior Land because your controller wouldn't cooperate. You're also drunk, so you'll try not to talk too much. Okay, fair, but thanks again for the raid, Cody. And again, welcome, raiders. Hello, thank you. Krimish. Merry Krimish. You're welcome to waste your resources attacking us, but we shall absorb everything fired at us. Your world isn't the first to try a counterattack, and it won't be the last. As I have a prior engagement I'm over 2 hours late for, that's the end of this broadcast. A gut-wrenching dread digs into my stomach hearing those words. My gaze slowly meets my sister's. She's paler and sweatier than when I last looked at her. Your grimace with your mom? Nice. Lynn, why are you so sweaty? To the one I've prepared to meet, you have my sincerest apologies for the delay. As I finished my business, I'm on my way. An image appears beside the figure on the broadcast. My face squints back at me. I seize my sister. Lynn, is that photo? What is that photo of me? I'm sorry, he said he wasn't from here and I skimmed the paragraph he sent. The entire world is seeing a photo of me where I look like a bona fide cryptic god in a sneeze, and that's all you have to say. Yeah, she's cute. She got the little hairs. There's our sister. You have rice pudding and then roast duck and potatoes. Nice. He's the only guy in the app who said you look cute. You gave my information to an alien. But he's a super cute alien. I start out on my phone. Egan waves enthusiastically at the camera. Aaron, I can't wait to meet you. I curse in so many languages that my sister covers her ears. As the invaders descend from their spaceship into our city center, our governor throws himself at their feet. Oh, wait! Rather than surrender, there must be something else that we could offer you. You could stop delaying me, scrimp. Move it. But we should have a chance to save ourselves, please! Egan taps his chin. Subjugating worlds is all that interests me, but my father's been on an awful bit about me settling down. So I propose this. The champion of this world shall be the person I'm already scheduled to meet. What? But you must pick someone who represents the people. I already chose them. There's no better representation than that. I wheeze. My youthful years drain out of me from the immense stress of Egan's announcement. All conflicts on Ornthon are decided through duels between individuals. Only through triumphant victory can matters be settled. Demands are a victor's right, so if your champion can best be in a duel, I'll reconsider ruling this planet. That's insane! You're up against some young person who barely lived their life! I've held a charged saber since the pleasant age of 2. That's no excuse. Please reconsider, you can't place the final world on some random citizen's hands. My answer's final. My date already agreed to a duel. We could simply change what's at stake. I snatched my phone from my sister and furiously backread her chat that agreed up. Gets sent an offensively long paragraph in which he speaks excitedly about the date and 30% of it. The rest is a glorified terms and services contract about a duel. I actually didn't agree to date at all until we finished a duel that precedes the entire process. Did you actually read any of this? It's too long. I skimmed it. You know nobody ever actually reads paragraphs that long. Girl skipping the terms and services? Wait, please reconsider, please. The broadcast cuts out. Everyone in the restaurant stares at me. I just running home right now. I think I can make it. That or I could dig myself a hole deep enough to hide in until this passes. Gosh, can you believe this? I really can't. Actually, no, I don't want to. This can't be happening. Yeah, she's silly. She's a silly little sister. A little emoto. I have plenty of life experience. Why was the governor so rude? I grab my sister and shake her. Is that the most important part of the situation right now? My sister's head bobs back and forth. She wobbles like a wet noodle. What am I supposed to do, Lynn? Date him? Duel him? Can you unscramble your braids for 3 seconds, please? The the fate of the universe is in my hands. I could barely walk down the stairs without tripping, but you expect me to challenge an alien? I lurch out from under the table, banging my head in the process. The bad luck is certainly a terrible start. Ah, damn it, we're making a run for it. But we already agreed to our terms. You agreed to its terms! You! There was no me in this question! But I did all of this with your consent. I give consent thinking you set me up with a normal... Forget it. We need to go. But you could duel him, sis. Buy time so he might catch the common cold, or some hackers can make a computer virus to shut off their ships or something. Now isn't it time for film references? I'm panicking here. I grab my sister's arm and rush for the door. Bag's open seconds before I reach it. Egan's shocking white hair, red eyes, and regal extraterrestrial garb appear before me. Aaron, I'm here for our duel. Oh, please no. I duck behind the nearest plant. Unfortunately, he's way too skinny. Egan's gaze burns into me. You are Aaron, yes? Who? Me? No, I don't know who that is. But you're clearly her. I scoop up some glass I spy on a nearby table. Shit, what's a good fake name? I'm also named, Egan. I'm panicking! A beacon! Egan's wise eyes widen in bewilderment. That he blushes and taps his chin. I see you've already taken my name. There's nothing left but to make it official. Wait, hold on. That's not how I meant it. No need to flounder. I've understood your intentions. Our duel is the speed of our courtship, is it not? No, let me choose something else. Wait, no, I didn't choose that to begin with. I wasn't aware people on your planet were so forward. I shall return your affections 1,000-fold. Wait, Egan! You hoist me into his arms and hovers towards a spaceship. Oh my! Oh wow, that's my sister, everyone. She's getting married today. Lynn! Dead. Got one of them shotgun weddings. It's like not Aaron would have been your choice. Headphones gotta count so much here. I dueled the Taco Bell representative gets AIDS. My goodness. Like, that sounds terrible. Alright, 1 second. Let me drink some water. There we go. Alright. I think that's how you spell her name, right? Oh, shoot. Oh, man, my mind's blank. I'm Aaron. It's pronounced Aaron instead of Iron, and it's completely different. Oh, so I was saying it wrong the entire time anyway. I feel like an idiot. There's no way he's going to. That is completely different. Have you, by any chance, seen my date? It worked? I totally tricked him, but it shouldn't have been that easy, and now I have complicated feelings about it. Egan whips out a device and flashes the horrible photo my sister dared set on as my profile picture. Think that's normal for me, yeah, right? Are you certain that person in this image isn't you? It's a perfect match. In what universe is that me? I have my doubts, but I suppose if my data didn't show, then I'll move on. Oh, thank goodness. Seems I'm subjugating this planet ahead of schedule. No, that's worse. Hold on a moment. Theoretically, if I am Aaron, what are you going to do? Duel, of course. Well, what does a duel entail? As about an advantage, I'll let the other party decide. It's part of custom. So it's not some duel to the death? It can be. Is that what you Earthians like? Wait, no, stop judgment. I took off the glasses. I'm your duel partner. So you are. He's alarmingly radiant when he smiles. I'm thrilled you've embraced the challenge, duel partner. Yeah, challenge him to being a cringe contest. I'll blow him away. If I lose, are you seriously enslaving Earth? Enslave is an inadequate term. We aren't savages who'll doom you all. By the sounds of that, perhaps everything will work out? Instead, we'll bleed this planet of its resources and assimilate everyone who survives into Ornthonian culture. That's so much worse! The art style looks familiar? I don't know, they might have worked on stuff before. I don't know. If you find out who, let me know. They just sent me an email being like, can you play my game, please? And I was like, sure. And they were like, P.S. Give Taffy love. And so I did, as per the developer's very specific wishes. But if I win, you'll spare this planet, right? If those are your terms following the end of our duel, then yes. In that moment, I recall everything I love and loathe about planet Earth. The odds are in favor of what I love, considering all my loved ones, friends, and favorite creatives live here with their friends and loved ones. Okay, I'll do it. We'll duel. My stomach is queasy with nerves at Egan's wolfish grin. Perfect. Name your game. How we do combat is your decision. I rack my mind for what an alien invader would be terrible at, and alternatively anything I'm so really good at it'd save humanity. The pressure is duly on, since everyone who was under a table area is filming me now. I glance at my sister and she gives me a thumbs up. Okay, how about we try... Yeah, it's time to do. Yeah, we'll do a children's card game. Wait, a duel, huh? Let's try a children's card game. The crowd surrounding us gasps, but a select few laugh or groan. I expected Egan to fall within the ladder, but he smirks. Perfect choice. It is? It's been decades since I've had the pleasure. Wait. He runs his palms down his right arm from his wrist to his elbow, and a mechanical chime rings out in the cafe. A arc of light covers his forearm, and a dual platform latches into place with precise clicks. God, I can't read. Oh, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Assemble your deck, challenger. No deck on hand. I didn't expect him to know what I was talking about, let alone be so prepared. Yeah, it is Yu-Gi-Oh! Man is gonna summon his Millennium Puzzle. On what other planet did he practice it that I don't have the advantage? But it's too late to back out. Out of curiosity, is it possible to change the means we use to duel now? No, your first decision's final. Figured. Then you'll have to excuse me long enough for me to drop by my house and return. My old deck is at home under my bed. No need to dawdle. Ingrid whistles and two guards appear behind him. You cold, Supreme Leader? Fetch your cards. I'm brimming with anticipation for a battle, and I will not have it delayed. At once, Supreme Leader. They vanish in a shower of light particles. Don't you need my address? We have that information. Indele cataloged the details of every Earthian on this planet. There's so many privacy violations in that sense. My brain tries to comprehend how they could have possibly accomplished that. When I consider the number of corporations determined to squeeze every last detail out of everyone for advertising profit ventures, it suddenly makes a lot of sense. The zappy whoosh of the guards returning breaks me back to reality. Supreme Leader, we've retrieved the object. I plop my box of cards on the table. Let me know when your preparations are complete. I realize I'm really doing this. I have no choice. I ease into the booth to swiftly rebuild my deck. Egan gives me some privacy. My hands shake terribly by the time I'm finished. Most of the rules are a jumbled mess in my head because of nerves. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. He joins me at the table, settling in comfortably across from me. Then let us begin. Egan draws a third of his deck on his first turn. I could barely keep up with the long train of combos he strings together through a dozen guards. Yeah, go lie down. By the time it gets to my turn, his side of the table is packed with cards that would be the envy of competitive players. How do you even get these in outer space? Look at the opening hand I've drawn. I've never built any deck with tournament play in mind. I've always built silly themed decks full of rarely used shenanigans. And somehow, today of all days, that's what saved me. I've lost? It scans the board state, but there's no mistake. I beat him. I actually won? We won! We're saved! Believes in the heart of the cards. In the cafe cheers and crowds around me to celebrate my victory. Egan's fist slams down the table. Everything falls apart. This can't be. My decks are tournament ready. We must play again. But I beat you. That's 2 out of 3. 30 minutes later, when I defeated him a second time, Egan slumps over in the booth. The crowd cheers again. Oh, would you like to go best 3 out of 5? I should tempt fate by asking, but I'm actually having fun playing this old card game again. No, once is a fluke, twice is the truth. Is that some Orthonian saying? He drifts a palm over his arm and his dual platform disappears. As you are the victor of our match, you may name your terms. I'm so shocked by the fact that I beat him that nothing feels real for a moment. I can demand anything of Egan at this moment, he must honor it. What are your victor's demands? Will he really give me anything I ask for? So long as it's within my power. There's a certain inflection to his tone that gives me pause. Earlier his gaze held a touch of amusement and dwindling interest, but now he's gazing at me the way I probably look at animals I want to pet. Yeah, off my planet. Let's go with the loved ones? That I want safety for my loved ones and myself. Keep invading. Every cheer around me dies. What? My sister chokes in her water. I don't believe I heard you. Did you say you want Orthonians to invade Earth? That's exactly what I said, but during all that and afterwards, my sister and I get to live a better life than we've ever been. Hey you, what do you think you're doing? Protecting what I care about. By selling out all of humanity? Humanity's doomed anyway, at least this way I have some control. Oh no, I thought she was our savior, but she's evil! What's evil to you was practical to me. You all assumed I'd save you. I never said I actually would. Teehee. When did that ever leave my mouth? We won't let you! Get her! One comes alive like a beast, but Egan's people apprehend everyone who tries to reach me. I shall honor your demands. Consider yourself and your sister spared. Follow me. Chaos breaks out as thunderous zapping shakes the world outside. I grasp my sister's arm. Her mouth's agape and she's completely stunned, but I drag her along with me as I follow Egan. You're right, Lynn. I was too quick to want to get out of here. This was a pretty wonderful date after all. Dad. We're all as tired as you, but come on, think of the cute animals. Earth. And I appreciate if you didn't subjugate our planet. Egan huffs. You picked the most boring thing you could have asked for, but sure, done. Thank you. I've given this planet amnesty. Move the ships. As you command, Supreme Leader. His alien comrade appears and vanishes so fast I have whiplash. Thought Egan was talking to himself. Egan snaps his fingers and the red world outside regains its proper colors. Fable 2 has a choice like that. It's really got paper, but it brags is stupid and only one choice truly matters. Yeah, I've heard about Fable. Never played it, but I heard of it. Well, I'm happy he kept his word. But it must be stressful having everyone act on everything you say the second you say it. Is your heart made of antimatter? Why would you rescue your planet? But it's the right thing to do. I like it here well enough. I recommend? Cool. His gaze is incredibly peculiar because of its immense intensity. But if that's all, I'd like to head home before the stress of all this actually hits me. I like to crash in private. Egan raises from the table when I do. Wait. Did you need something else? Yes! You! What? I haven't had such a thrilling match in eons. You're welcome. Goodbye now. He kneels before me with a fist across his chest. My thoughts spin so fast it makes me dizzy. Why is he kneeling? What's the fastest way out of this conversation? Marry me. A shock of gasps flood the cafe. My sister squeals like she saw her favorite boy band celebrity. Like, do I agree or no? Well, what happens if I agree? Sure. Oh god. I blink and I'm in a wedding dress surrounded by friends and my teary-eyed sister fanning her face so her makeup doesn't melt from sobbing. I set them up, you know. I knew they'd be perfect for each other. Pale pink flower petals fall from the sky like rain. A race follows afterwards. I disappear arm in arm with Egan up into a spaceship with Just Hitch painted on the ramp that closes behind us. Years spin by. I'm featured in books, interviews, and sponsorships coat me like salt does the sea. What continues to dazzle me is the vast cosmos. Damn. 48 planets and 13 kids later, you're still thrilled you said yes. Okay, say no. This alien's crazy. Sorry, but no. That's unfortunate. He bows his head and then raises it after a moment. I've never been so utterly smitten with another being in my entire existence. Please reconsider marrying me. The resources of millions of planets would be at your disposal. You can't be serious. I'm completely serious. Wait, did you say billions of planets? What kind of stuff would aliens accumulate? Hold on, I'm getting sucked in by greed. That's enough. Look, it's a no. We don't know each other. I'll remedy that during all the years we spend together. Please stand up. I will marry you. I don't want your husband. Then I'll be your wife. Man is ready. It's like, alright, nice dress. That wasn't the issue. Like, it's got a nice flowers. I wish all the flowers were the same color. He could reach inside his clothing and tugs out the fanciest space rock I've ever laid eyes on. It hums and glows with ethereal blue light. It's so gorgeous, in fact, that I have to suppress my baser instincts to snatch up his shiny, as if he were some boss I defeated in an RPG. I'm no better than a crow. It's like, but I love shiny things. I already said no. Goodbye. I seize my sister and sprint home as fast as I probably... so fast I probably set a new world record. The wind in my ears drowns out Egan's protests. Our front door slams closed. I twist both locks into place and struggle to catch my breath. My heart pounds so fast... My heart pounds so hard that I feel like I'm choking. God, I can't read. This is right up there in the top 3. Top 5 worst days of my life, Lynn. Why'd it go from 3 to 5? My sister leans against our door laughing. What do you mean? That was amazing. I would have accepted his proposal if I were you. Do you know how much publicity you'd get? You're more than welcome to go back for him. Absolutely not. He adores you, Queen of Games. Wait it. Gosh, think about how popular my matchmaking business would have been if you'd accepted, she says with dollar signs in her eyes. We can afford a house. We'd be better off than someone who won the lottery. I clutch my head at the psychic damage her words deal me. No, we're forgetting today ever happened. You literally just saved the planet, but you expect that to happen? From now on, I don't exist. I'm gonna stay so low. I'm gonna lay so low, people walk over me without realizing I'm a person. I will become a doormat. But not that kind of doormat. I mean a literal doormat. I'm gonna lay my body in front of doors and people will just, like, step over me. And then I'll immediately regret it once they wipe the dog poop off their shoes. So, Aaron, you probably should not do that. My sister cackles with sheer delight and eases away from the front door. She rubs my back comfortingly. Okay, I'm done teasing you, but seriously, what you just accomplished is phenomenal. You saved the planet from invasion. Yes, it is pretty cool, huh? It's beyond that. You're amazing. It'll be even more amazing to put all this behind me. You bet it will. Yeah, everyone steps out for work and you're laying there on the ground like, good weather today, sir. What better way to do that than having takeout before going to bed? Of course, if there's anything my sister never forgets, it's food and romance. Sure, pass me my phone. I head to bed with my stomach full and relax into a dreamless sleep. I don't know where these aliens will go, but I'll take solace in the fact that everything will be back to normal tomorrow. Two hunks of metal close over my arms the following morning with a firm clink. I glance up at the two alarmingly beautiful, fragile-looking men who cuffed me before I could have a sip of coffee in my living room. Aaron Reeves, you're being detained. Do not resist. The peaceful sleep I had last night drifts away in the wind. Lynn's is still as a statue nearby with half a bagel in her mouth. I'm sorry, why? Did you think your life would go back to normal after what you did? Lynn, what's going on? I don't know. I don't know either. They're both cute, so I opened the door. Every day I worry more that my sister will be kidnapped by someone who tricks her into joining the black market solely because they're beautiful. But that's seriously the only reason you opened the door. She looks away guiltily. I give up. She and I may live on the same planet, but clearly we don't exist in the same universe. We haven't since childhood. I'm sorry, but again, why am I being arrested? Better yet, you have a warrant? Handsome Alien B twirls his glimmering locks and produces a document. Do you think we're brutes? Of course we have a warrant. You violated Section B of Orthonian law, which mandates you must honor all agreed upon terms of a duel. But I dueled Egan and won. Our business was over. It wasn't. Are you kidding? What'd I miss? Why, your date, of course. I'm about to tear my hair out. You agreed here and agreed up that following an amicable duel, you'd participate in a casual date. As that portion of the agreement was left unfulfilled yesterday, you're being detained. You can't be serious. We're completely serious. And how could you be so cruel, Earthian? Our prince remained in the cafe until closing for the likes of you. He's the laughingstock of your planet now. These are clips of him all over your infernal apps, WooTube and WickWalk, of him abandoned in that cafe. Maybe whips out a device that looks eerily like a tablet. There's thousands of trending videos of Egan alone at the table I ditched him at. Countless compilations have a desaturated Egan with rain effects and sad violin playing in the background. Others added various sparkles, flowers, animal ears onto him, and are worshipping him as their new internet baby girl. It's like, oh no. You must be kidding. I saved the world and they turned the alien overlord who absolutely would have subjugated Earth into a meme. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd laugh if it wouldn't worsen my situation. Instead, I adjust my glasses. Wait, I don't wear glasses. Are these the ones I snatched yesterday? I take the glasses off and silently apologize to the stranger I snagged them from as I tucked them into my breast pocket. Look, they're calling him Rizless. We know what that means. We looked it up. He waited 4 whole hours for you to return, and now his reputation's tarnished. Is that the real reason I'm being arrested? No, you're being arrested as per the warrant terms. This is but an extra transgression of yours. Okay, so I just have to date Egan to make amends, right? Where's our new date location? Prison? Where's our new date location? Prison? It was a joke, but your Orthonians look at me like I'm some kind of deranged savage. It's with great reluctance that we escort you back to the mothership. You do well to keep your mouth shut until then. Well, that should be easy enough. Sis, you're really going? I doubt I have another choice. You could resist, but then we'd have to seal you in the transport queue. As I'm sure you've never condensed to neither of your sides before, I suggest you come willingly. Yeah, I definitely don't want whatever that is. Okay, leave me to Egan. Let's get this over with. The inside of the mothership is concerningly clean and sterile, and everything around me glows and hums. Yeah, it's like, oh no, don't seal her in the cube. Double road dog, welcome, how you doing? Handsome alien A and B stand guard beside me, showing no signs of leaving. I guess they don't trust me not to bolt again, which is ill-advised as it would be, is absolutely something I do. I'm terrified out of my mind, but I'm quite immaculate at masking it, all things considered. I have all those years in customer service to thank for that. A space door slides open, and an alien wearing similar clothes to Egan comes through. There you are, contract violator. He dismisses the aliens that escorted me with a wave of his palm. You doing good? How's the game? Game's good. Basically, we gotta date an alien to save the world, and we beat him at Yu-Gi-Oh! He's staring at a Toblerone. Eat the Toblerone. Oh, starting. Not staring. Starting. Yeah, eat the Toblerone. I trust they filled you in on why you're here. Yes, sir. Good, then I'll skip the formalities. You have violated Orthonian dual laws, but we'll offer you a chance at reparations. I get it. Where's Egan? I'll apologize and take him out on our date. Though to be fair, he was insanely late first. I'll stop you right there, since you've clearly misunderstood the gravity of what you've done. Our prince fulfilled all his contractual obligations to you. Every last one. One date is not enough to remedy that. Do I have to pay money or something? Yeah, high-risk dating. You think your measly Earthian currency would suffice for the transgressions you've committed? He glares at me like I insulted his mother. Wait, does he have a mother? How do alien families work? Do they get pregnant? A single paltry handful of hours is but a scrap of paper and a blazing bonfire compared to what you owe now. This humiliation will not stand. You must increase the amends by 3 times that of the original investment. So 3 dates instead of 1? Correct. Why did you have such a grandiose build-up for something you could have answered in 1 sentence? The alien unfolds a scroll. The term violator henceforth shall validate these terms with the infringe upon party. If you select any orthonians other than the harmed party, you will render the aforementioned dual terms void and recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. Party, can you repeat that? The term violator henceforth shall validate these. No, the last part. Recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. Well, I saved the world yesterday. So you did until you left that cafe. Oh, that's how they get you with the bloody fine print. Failure to honor all 3 dates within 1 Earthian week will render the aforementioned dual terms void, and recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. Failure to reconcile faithfully with the appropriate attitude during each date will render the aforementioned dual terms void. Recompense shall be the entirety of your Earthian planet. Any attempts to terminate the contract will render the aforementioned dual terms void and recompense blah 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 blah. The scoring of your efforts will be observed each evening by 2 other chief orthonians. I can already see it. The internet might be talking to now, but they'll be ripping me apart later. My total failures in the world will extinguish any chance I had at descendants, and that's if the aliens don't take me out first. If you understand, then sign here, here, and here. I signed the document. 3 dates is a cheap price to pay to save the universe. The alien rolls the document back up with a jerk of his wrist. I'm pleased that you understand your situation. But displeased you ask so few questions. A few other choices. Pet kitty. My heart may give out if I have to hear that Earth is the price of my failure again. Not true. You could forsake the entirety of your Earthian planet. At this point, I'm convinced this guy enjoys saying that. Where's Egan? Preoccupied. He'll seek out once he's informed. And who are the chief orthonians that'll be observing us? Nabu and myself. I suggest you carefully consider how you'll offer your reparations starting now. And your name is? Andele. And what does the scoring entail? The hard party will and must score each of the days they spend with you out of 100. Why do these dates sound like glorified job interviews? You may only leave the ship once you've hit the green button affirming you once again agree to the terms I've laid out to you and that you understand them. The alien just behind me and a switch with 2 blue buttons rises out of the floor, 1 red, 1 green. Once you've hit the green button, I'll remove your imprisonment. Suppose he's talking about my handcuffs. They're seriously heavy. I'd rather have them removed sooner as opposed to later. So I approached the podium with the buttons. I can't imagine Eagle will score me well considering the bad blood between us after yesterday. However, there's nothing I could do about that now. I cast a longing glance at the red button. However, I'd rather not doom the world and I understand everything Andele said. Yeah, about that. Push the button. Unfortunately for Andele, I was born a curious gremlin. I want to know what he'll say now that I've pressed the red button. As you don't understand, I'll explain everything again from the beginning. You violated Orthonian duel law, which mandates all parties involved in a duel must fulfill all terms previously agreed to. Oh, I did this to tease him, but he's actually explaining it again. And Greetup, Lynn, who serves as your proxy and your guarantor, agreed to a duel of which you've decided the terms of, and our urchin prince had to fulfill. Following a duel, you 2 were supposed to have an amicable date at the coffee shop, 1 more sip. The moment you showed up at the date location at the specific time, you agreed to the terms whether you were informed of them or not. Ignorance is not an excuse. We take our promises seriously and our duels even more so. The punishment for the party who fails to uphold their terms is typically altering their matter into something beneficial to to Orthon. However, you were spared that fate by His Highness. Instead, you must make amends in the form of 3 dates, all of which will be honored with a jovial attitude before an entire Earthian week passes. Fail to do that in any capacity and bring further harm to what paltry dignity our prince has left, we'll seize Earth as compensation. Understand now? Kindly hit the green button. No. I strike the red button again. About 3 minutes, Undell stands across from me. Back straight, glasses glinting atop his head. Just checking, but you don't understand what I've explained to you twice, and that's why you hit that button again, yes? Correct. Bold-faced lie. If you require information to be explained in a specific manner, I could do so please do inform me. Once more verbally would suffice. I see, then. Once again, you didn't fulfill your part of the agreed terms. You'll date our prince 3 times before your Earthian week is over as compensation. We'll seize Earth if our prince isn't given that compensation. I just heard you stand now. Hit the green button. No. I tap it again. The longer Adele stares at me, wondering if I'm serious, the funnier this gets. I'm already committed. I must know how many more times I can do this. Adele takes a deep breath. Oh, Zalguth. You've given your worst trials to your most exhausted combatant. It's like, you are not slipping that past me, buddy. Make this as difficult for this as possible. Yeah, I want to see how much I can fuck with them. Since you're a simpleton, I'll explain to the plate I will explain in the plainest terms possible once more. If you do not date again, it's goodbye to your planet. Understand? If you hit that button again, I'll speed up that process. He snaps his paper upwards. Now, the green button if you would. This time I ought to do it. Wait. Ha. But the rebel with me hovers a palm over the red button. I bite my lip to keep a straight face at the incrediblest look Undella gives me. Then I swing my palm down. Dead. He vaporized you, but it was worth it to hit the awesome button. Like, come on, it's red. Alright, now hit the green button. After a moment of consideration, I press the green button. I mean, with Egan started this whole fiasco, I only hope it'll be easy to fix. Other than the neat sound the button made, there's no noticeable change. Until he stifles a laugh into his palm. Why is he laughing? Now I'm nervous. Brilliant choice. I'm certain our prince will be positively bioluminescent at your decision. You may leave. He will contact you within the hour. The air around my wrists heats up. Then my handcuffs clunk to the floor. Return home. If we cannot locate you within the hour, you will render the aforementioned dual terms void. Enough, dude. I understand. Thanks. I'll do that. The ship doors open and a wide ramp allows me to walk down into the city center. However, unlike my convoy to the mothership, there's a mob of people below. Oh, and contract violator? Yes. Best of luck to you, as you Earthians are fond of saying. You'll need it this time. The ramp transforms beneath my feet when the door closes. I slide down to the asphalt, landing on my ass, scuffing my jeans on the pavement in the process. Ouch, hey, jerk. But Adele's already out of earshot. The massive crowd is full of people taking photos, dining, chatting. There are news fans and protesters alike. It's a haunting amount of people. There she is! She finally came out! Every last person in the mob focuses on me. This place saw us all once inside the mothership. I'm sorry, I don't have time to chat. I need to head home. We only need a second. Did you get probed? People crowd me and push in so close I could hardly breathe without getting a mouthful of microphone foam. Yeah, or an earful of flash glare. How long have you been in contact with these aliens? I don't want to talk to you people. Let me pass. Does this invasion have any connections to Area 51? Oh, when are you leaving Earth? How many inhabitable space colonies are in our solar system? Did they tell you? Please let me through. Just one question. I don't want to answer any questions. I have something time-sensitive to do. Please move. For the sake of human kind, you want to answer, young lady. I'm blinded by the amount of photos people take of me. Who even uses flash photography in this day of age? Ugh, hey, stop. But the cameras keep flashing. Nausea shoots through me as though I just played a game with terrible first-person camera physics. Never in my life have I wished Lynn was with me as much as I do now. Imoto, help! That's enough! He drapes fabric over me, cutting me off from the crowd. He rests a hand on my back and guides me forward. I hold onto his arm to steady myself. Like average gaijin. A line of soldiers have parted the crowd. Though an eerie hush has fallen over them, there is finally enough room for me to walk and breathe. Supreme Leader, your route is clear. Thank you, but I'm not the primary concern. Aaron, are you okay? No, I feel sick and I can barely see thanks to all the flash photography. My grip on his arm tightens. I just want to go home. Let me assist. Uncheck? Sip some water. There we go. About 20 minutes later, we... and then I start coughing. God damn it. We ease through my front door. He sets me down gently in the living room. Hey, water, now. Yes, Supreme Leader. There's a tall glass of water between my palms a moment later. I drink some. It soothes my strained throat. I'm so happy to be home, but a whole news van convoys outside, filled with people intent on invading my privacy. Lynn was right, this publicity won't go away in a day. Do you feel better? Marginally. I shall accept that as an improvement, no matter how slight. Why did you leave the mothership alone? Are you kidding? Andele dumped me outside like I was garbage. He told me to hurry home so I could meet you. You have my sincerest apologies. That will not happen again. But me getting mobbed by that crowd will. I opened my mouth again, but hold my tongue after seeing Egan's troubled expression. I'm allowed to be angry. What's the point in yelling at him specifically? According to his customs, he didn't do anything wrong following my win yesterday. The excitement he had about meeting me was genuine. The fact that he's an alien from another planet can't be helped. I realized then how quiet it is, and that Egan's waiting patiently for me to finish. I have nothing else to say, so don't look at me like that. You seem like you had many grievances to divulge. I did, but forget it. Then as I may only assume, correct me if I'm wrong, I apologize again, Aaron. I understood Earthians were a curious bunch, but I didn't expect them to be so rude. In the interest of disrupting your life the least while fulfilling our contract, I'll do something about this. How? Not even celebrities can manage that thanks to gossip magazines and overzealous fans. I have given you my word. Please trust it. He has such an unwavering promise in his eyes that I nod my head before I've thought any more about it. Besides, it'll be difficult to promise you... It'll be difficult to court you if we can't have any time alone together. I'll return at the promised time. I glance at the clock. There's still another half hour before I'm supposed to officially meet again. What exactly does he plan to do in that time? What exactly do you plan to... But he's gone. Aaron remains where he once stood. Won't be easy to solve the issue with the press. Egan won't be late, right? Though I suppose if he is this time around, it'll be a shortcut to me saving the universe. Guess I should shower. After all, I only had enough time to brush my teeth and make coffee before I was dragged out of the house. That very cup is still sitting at the coffee table. Hello? Okay. 26 minutes later, I feel more presentable than cute. It'll have to do. Egan will be here in a few minutes. Concerningly, I haven't seen Lynn since I returned. Lynn, you home? I sent her a text when there's no reply. Front door opens. I gasp seeing my sister. She's red-faced and teary. Lynn, what happened to you? What should I do? I may have to give them back. Oh, look, before that, close the door. The Noob's vans are gone. All of them. The block is completely cleared. Wow, he really got rid of them all? Yes, he did. Isn't it horrible? Huh? My sister flails her arms. I worked so hard to corral everyone anyone outside our door, but Egan ruined everything. Wait, you called those privacy violators? Of course, how am I supposed to monetize this if nobody can see you? Damn it, Lynn. Have you a clue how hard it was to get home? They practically trampled me. I'd love to get trampled. Anyone who's anybody gets trampled. Hey, do you hear yourself? Do you? My stream ended abruptly. I think Egan jammed the network. I can't give back all the Uber chats I got, and I promised my viewers an exclusive. My sister seizes my shoulders and starts patting down my clothes. Stop. What are you doing? Finding a spot for the body cam. Lynn, I think you're actually crazy. I guess that's just what she's into, yeah. It's like, sister, please. What's crazy is letting this opportunity slip after how hard I worked. Can I live a day in this house without you hustling everyone you meet for $1? Have some integrity. Integrity keeps you poor. Put on the cam. She practically tears my clothes open, but I nearly tear her hair out. Hands off. Ugh. Ouch. Ow, cooperate, damn it. What kind of sister are you? Not one you can walk all over, that's for sure. The doorbell rings. Lynn and I freeze in the midst of our fight. I put 2 fingers up her nose to fend her off, and she's got a death grip on my wrist and ear. A familiar humming gently reverberates through our home from outside. Aaron? My sister pats me down and steps back as the picture of excellence as she skips over the entryway. She tugs the door open. Brother-in-law, come in. Oh, you shameless. Sister-in-law, it's good to see you. He gets equally as shameless. He said that without missing a beat. He eases the door closed behind him and offers my sister a luxuriously wrapped package as big as her head. I heard it's earthy custom to bring a gift for one's host. Oh my gosh, you'd have to, but thank you. Well, she's tearing open the package with noises so shamefully gleeful, I worry my mother is preparing a slip of this throw from across the country. It crosses to me. I'm punctual this time. Huh? Yes, you are. Good job. Shall we head out? He gives me a once-over. You look beautifully combat ready. Oh, thanks. You too? Those pants are a brilliant choice. You like them? Exceedingly. You'll have enviable mobility. Mobility for what? Eee! My sister's excited screech distracts me. Egan's bed fill our entire foyer with presents, clothing, and baskets of goods, and more keep coming. I need floor space to live here. Hi, Taffy. Shush! My sister gives me a glare that all the demons in hell would tremble seeing. Brother-in-law, are all these for us too? They are. It's the least I can do considering you're hosting us. Wait, what? Who's hosting who? The mothership was parked at your city center until they gave me this. Egan places the yellow ticket in my palm. It's from the Osei Police Department. What, Taff? You want to show my knob again? Alright. Pretty ballsy of the police to take it at alien prints. Taffy, jump on my lap. Don't scratch the chair. You already have holes in it. Your mothership was blocking a flight path and they threatened to fine you if you didn't move. Yes, I've relocated to the airspace above your home at present. I suppose that's why he's laying it on thick with gifts. Considering he helped me out earlier, I'll let this spaceship be. Oh, you can move right in alongside the gifts. What she means is you're free to park your ship where it is. Wait, Daffy. Sneaky boy. Thank you. Shall we commence our day? Yes, let's go. I stride towards the door and Egan follows. We have to climb over the mounted gift to make it outside the front door. Anytime I struggle with a particularly precarious bit, Egan offers me a hand and helps me. Should we assist Lynn with getting all this inside before we go? And deny her the chance to roleplay a dragon with an oppressive horde? I think not. Yeah, it's like even the aliens aren't safe from cops. I've never heard those words in that order. What do you mean? You know, dragons and hordes of gold? Egan shakes his head. Interesting, but dating him should be my primary focus. Taffy. Egan and I make it downtown undisturbed. Most people give us a serious passing glance, but... A curious passing glance. Oh my god, I can't read. But that's it. I don't know what he did or how, but I'm thankful. Maybe now I can enjoy the day. There's no rule stating I must be miserable while trying to save the world. Seeing it's our first day, classic day would be best. My plan's to start simple and gradually work my way up, adding interest and fun to our dates as we go. Today I have planned a simple picnic in the park with them. Picnic a basket. Here's the plan. We're going to buy ingredients from the supermarket, create the food from our picnic, and then enjoy it together in the park. What's a picnic? Type of outing where you pack food you make to eat outdoors. Implying that most of your earthy meals are eaten indoors? Is a meal outside such a special rarity? I guess it is. Never thought about it deeply before. If such a rarity, what are they doing? Egan points out a passerby devouring a taco while he chats into an earpiece. Is that not a picnic? Not someone walking and eating. He's probably working. Points at a young woman on a bench finishing a crepe. Then that's a picnic? Nope, she bought that at the stall next to her. Voice of third person, absolutely demolishing a bento box with rolls, onigiri, and some type of salad. What about that picnic? Egan, us having the picnic would tell you more about it than trying to decipher what it is from various strangers. How confounding. I'll patiently await answers on this picnic. A picnic a basket. I laugh a little despite my situation. Not meaningfully spending time with him. This is kinda nice. Looks like he isn't holding a grudge about yesterday either. Come, we'll buy ingredients first. Think about what you'd like to eat while we shop. I grab a cart and pilot it around the apartment, scooping up ingredients as I go. What a peculiar instrument. Egan stares pointedly at our shop cart. A container used to hold other containers of varying shapes and viscosities. Why are there holes in it? I've never considered that before either. Then consider it now. If its purpose is to hold things, why not make it a solid? Probably because it's cheaper and also you can see what's inside. Can one not simply stare into the cart? Not every human is tall enough for that. You could gasp. Where are these fabled little Earthians? I must take one back to Orthon. Unless you want a startling title from the police, I don't think you can. Please do not kidnap our children, please. What moniker is that? Hey, we're here to shop, remember? Here. I tear my grocery list in half. If you would kindly fetch the rest of a duel at last. I've prepared myself for this moment. Huh? Wait. He slaps the list I gave him against the alien wristwatch instrument on his arm. A sharp particle shoots up from the screen, and all the ingredients I had left to buy cycle through as holograms. You're finally challenging me. I'll fetch everything on this list. Count on me to complete this quest before you. Hey, hold on. I wasn't... He races away into the store without hearing another word. Frankly, I don't trust him to return with everything we need. Hell, I didn't get to ask him what he wanted to eat at our picnic. I'd hoped to bring that up naturally while shopping. In the end, I pick up all the ingredients I need without seeing Egan again a single time. Which is why it's especially surprising when I finally spot him waiting by the entranceway, bags in hand. Aaron, I've bested you. Have you? This wasn't a competition. Of course it was. It wasn't. We're dating each other today, remember? Yes, hence why we're dueling. All courtship in Orthon is like this. A receipt materializes on his wristwatch and 3D prints in real time. When it's finished, he passes the paper to me. Behold my prowess of Earthian culture. He actually found all the ingredients I asked for, and it seems he was done 7 minutes after we separated. He spent a whooping $90. Staggering price considering I told him to fetch diced chicken, celery, red onion, butterhead lettuce, and bread. Oh, no, in this economy, that checks out. No, never mind. Oh, I picked up all this too. Look, I passed him my receipt. Impossible. How come your bill is only $34.82? We selected the same items. I shop here all the time and use their coupons. Nobody can pay those inflated prices without them. They blew up my prices and that's how I lost? That's not at all. You know what? Sure. It was the corporations. Blast! I've been bested once again. I think it also helps that the butcher here likes me. He always sets aside the best discounted meat for me. Ugh. I cannot defy him, as I too would have given you a deal on my... chicken sandwich. Don't laugh, Aaron. Whatever you do, don't laugh. He's very serious about that in a completely innocent way. Man just wants to give you a little deli sub. You know, a nice 6 or 12 inches. Anyway, if you're done, shall we head back to my house? Yes, I'll race you, and this time I'll win. Again, it's not a competition. We can go together. He shoves his bag high and sprints out the door. We walked here together, but I suppose I'll be alone on my way back. I don't want to battle him, but if he's going to jump at every opportunity, I may as well humor him. He's such a dork. I make it home and set my bags down in the foyer to rest my arms. Egan's nowhere to be seen. My spaceship is parked above our house, so I doubt he's lost, but then, where is he? Actually, I don't see him or any of the presents he gave us. Did Lynn pack up everything already? After setting the bags on the coffee table, I hunt for Egan and my sister. I open the front door and step out onto the street. I hear labored panting on the block to my right. Egan's carrying his groceries, but he's sweating profusely. Based on the gestures of the guards surrounding him, they're begging him to relinquish the bags, but he keeps refusing. He stiffens when he sees me. You've won again! He bounds over. How? I took our exact route back and didn't see you pass me. I point to the bus dropping people off across the street. Transit's how. Vehicles were allowed? I ran for as long as I could. Egan's arms go limp. Supreme Leader, I tried to tell you. Enough. I wish to head inside. This planet's sweltering sun and heat, mixed with the persistent weight of this sustenance, is unbearable. You're just a short loser. He sinks inside and places his grocery bags near my sofa. He flops into the couch and sinks back into it. But he's still breathing hard. As he's still breathing hard, I pass him some water. Thank you. Egan's guard materializes beside me, sprinkles the powder in Egan's water, then vanishes. After a stir, Egan sips at it. Wonder what the powder was. When you're ready, we'll start on the food for our picnic in the kitchen. Egan nods and sits up. He's barely caught his breath, so I squeeze his shoulder and encourage him to rest longer. You don't have to come now. Wait until you feel better. The time is now. You can hardly breathe. That's no excuse. I shall prepare for the next thing. There's a briefest glimpse into his grueling Orthonian schedule. No, relax. We have plenty of time before the picnic. You can stay here for a bit. I am ready. I can't get through him. His competitiveness is too deeply ingrained. So I sit beside him on the couch. Our next competition takes place here. That's why I told you to stay. Yes, it's time for our next grand duel. He perks up. Yes, and the rules are this. We must relax here for 5 minutes. Whoever relaxes more wins. How will we decide the winner? I hadn't thought that far ahead, but of course he'd ask that. Resting heart rate? That will suffice. And let's relax. I settle to the sofa and Ika does the same. I check my watch. Been a while since I sat down, set on doing nothing. Harder than I remember, especially as I'm currently focused on picnic prep. I plan to make chicken shallot sandwiches and egg shallot sandwiches. Yum. Then I'll chop up some watermelon slices for a light snack. Dang, I want this kind of picnic. We have agreed to the cupboard for some simple chocolate mousse cups too. I think that would be fun to make with Egan. I want chalky mousse cups. Speaking of, I glance beside me. And I burst into giggles when I see Egan. Oh, what on earth are you doing? Relaxing the Earthian way. I mean, checks out. He's decked out with an eye mask and swathed in a cozy blanket despite the sweltering sun outside. He's got a mug of tea in one hand and a book he can't possibly be reading without sight in the other hand. If that's what works for you, I won't disturb you. You're peculiar. Do you mean that as a compliment? Yes. I only find utterly ordinary things disturbing. Well, what would an alien classify as ordinary? I think about it too much, I'll fail at relaxing, so I close my eyes instead. 3 neat beeps eventually go off once 5 minutes have passed. Time's up. Egan sheds the blanket and lifts his eye mask. 2 cucumbers flop onto his thighs. I believe you won this one. Congratulations. The guards who've been following Egan around materialize. Party interruption, but based on the terms of the duel, you are the winner. What the? How did I win a relaxing? Edom taps their wrists and digitized information flashes across the screen. Your resting heart rate was 62 compared to our supreme leader's heart rate at 142. Good lord. One screen has a steady heartbeat while the other is racing so fast you could stuff it in a sports car and speed off. Why is your heart beating so fast? Are you okay? Ed hides behind one of his palms. I was nervous sitting here next to you. I like you too much. Aww. You, Baz. I stifle my laughter, but not very well. He gives me a half-hearted glare when I really break out into a fit. You're adorably good. Adorable? I take that as a positive emotional response, correct? Or I can take it? Yeah. Yeah, you can. Come with me. I grasp Egan's hand and tug him up from the sofa. In the kitchen, Egan stands beside me. We have all our ingredients on the counter. Our next tool is making food for our picnic. Well, if you can speak English this well, then you know what the fuck adorable means. Well, he probably wasn't sure if we were saying it as a compliment or like to patronize him. Or like belittle him. I don't know. Like, I could see how we might have seen it as an insult. We're making egg sandwiches, chicken salad sandwiches, cutting watermelon, and making chocolate mousse for dessert. The goal is to make the food as aesthetically pleasing as possible within the time limit. I want to be out of here in an hour. The timer starts as soon as we settle on who's making what. I glance up at the crowd of aliens on the other side of my counter. As any good sibling would, I lump my sister in with them. They clap for Egan and I as if we're professional chefs streaming recipes. Sounds quite educational. Supreme Leader, we're rooting for you. Ooh, Ghostess, this is much needed break from editing my whole video. Well, now I know what Lynn was doing. She must have had her headphones on upstairs when I called her. Thanks, but you need to cheer. We're doing simple cooking. I check it. Now Taffy's sheeping on my feet. I'm wearing Santa socks. Okay, water drink. My better my sister winning this. She's a stellar cook. I know. She's fed me for years. And maybe so, but our supreme leader has an impeccable palate. I'll bet you Earthians have never had Cosmoroni. I want Cosmoroni. I haven't. We should fix that. Lynn sticks her hand out to the aliens. Two of them hurriedly slap their wristwatches and hunt for what I assume is the recipe. For my sanity, I pretend I no longer know him. No more. Egan, I think it's only fair if we each make one dessert and one sandwich. When you say sandwich, you're talking about that food that uses 2 pieces of bread with a filling between them, yes? I am. I'll let you go first. Choose what you want to make. Interesting enough, he could choose to make... Like, I don't know if it matters. I get the feeling he's, Make some cheeky sandwich. The chicken salad sandwiches and watermelon slices for our picnic. Though he's a planet conqueror, I verify he can slice watermelon into neat triangles before I turn away for my own tasks. I get eggs boiling on the stovetop, set aside the ice bath for them, and portion out everything else for the filling in the meantime. I do the same with the chocolate mousse, then fetch small mason jars to spoon the finished mixture into. As I'm pulling the hand mixture from the cupboard, my timer for the eggs goes off. I transfer the eggs to the ice bath and mix the heavy cream, chocolate, and vanilla extract into mousse. The ends clap as I portion the mousse into the mason jars, add a dollop of whipped cream, and shave some of the remaining chocolate on top. Once it's transferred to the fridge, I peel the eggs, press the yolks through a sieve, and mash the entire mixture together to create the filling. I wrap 4 filled sandwiches in cling wrap and place them in the fridge. They need to chill before I cut them aesthetically enough to win the challenge. Since I have some free time, I snack on a few squares of the leftover chocolate. I'm once again reminded that baking chocolate is too bitter to be eaten like a regular chalky bar. Says you. Enough time has passed, I unwrap the sandwiches. Cut off the crust and slice them horizontally so that they maintain their shape in the glass container. I pull out my dessert and display it beside the sandwiches. I'm no professional chef, but it's a beautiful spread, and I finished everything with 15 minutes left to spare. The scent of fresh bread stops me. Kitchen is also several degrees hotter, which makes sense since I hear the oven doors shutting beside me. The aliens clap, and there's a familiar plunk of a baking sheet. Amazing work, Supreme Leader. Guess writing this out was easier and cheaper than putting it on their TikTok. Yeah, right? Your sandwiches are of unparalleled beauty. I'm confused about what those are, but the spirit's there. You're a little confused, but you got spirit. Egan's sandwiches lay on the baking sheet I usually bake cookies on. Said sandwiches are actually puff pastries. He cuts 1 and 2 and the steam filling pours out. They're stunning, and I'm impressed by the beautifully golden brown exterior. But a puff pastry isn't a sandwich. My sister lunged up with her phone and snaps photos of my food at Egan's. I finished but a few seconds after you this time, Aaron. I pointed at Egan's tray. What are those? Sandwiches. And it's like, says you. Those are puff pastries with a filling. A sandwich needs bread. There is bread. I used the entire sliced loaf to make the required dough. Oh, wait. Could it be possible? Yeah, besides, we call a slab of ice cream between 2 cookies a sandwich. There's no bread involved there at all. Lynn, be quiet if you aren't helping me. She draws a fake snipper across her lips and returns to snapping photos. Would you kindly try the sandwich I've made before you reject it? Okay, I'll try it. Fine, I'll give it a try. Our audience claps as I collect the piece Egan offers me. Just lifting the pastry emphasizes its luxuriousness. The alluring, flaky golden brown exterior and the scent of the gently baked filling. Yeah, we do call it a sandwich cookie, so, you know, this is like if hot dogs were a sandwich kind of levels of debate. I swallow to keep them from salivating and chomp into the pastry. Ruh-roh. It was so delicious you forgot your entire argument at the beginning of your existence. Rip. No. I pulled my sandwiches closer. No, we're not doing that. These are sandwiches. Yeah, it's like we ate the pastry and died instantly. Mine are also sandwiches. Must we argue semantics and terminology? What you've made is a puff pastry at worst and a pie at best. And what is a pie by definition? A baked dish of fruit or meat or vegetables, typically with the top and base of pastry, which is what you made. Can we not then argue the same for sandwiches? Pies and sandwiches are drastically different. Yeah, this game is silly and cute. It's free on Steam if you want to support the developers. As we reach a stalemate on this, we should resolve it democratically. Lynn, if you would. My sister pops up beside Egan and me. Her fingers fly across her phone. When she finally shows it to us, there are trending polls across various social media sites. She placed a photo of the food Egan and I made wherever she could. Unfortunately, we can't see the results without voting. As the web needs time to work its magic, you two should get out of here. Enjoy your day. She hands me a neatly packaged picnic basket and my head spins. What'd she pack our food? Magic. Lynn's corralling us towards the front door before I can get my bearings. Off you go, kiddos! Leave the cleanup to us and enjoy yourselves. Wait a second. Come on, get out! Bye-bye. You dare withhold the results of our duel? Yaha! Toodaloo! The door slams. I stand outside on the street with Egan. No matter how many times I encounter her, I cannot decode the true demeanor of your sister. Give up on that, you'd be better off. She's always been a whirlwind. I'm embarrassed by Lynn's haphazard matchmaking, and Egan laughs as if he's having the time of his life. You have a fine family. I imagine you have a surplus of fond memories. If you could call it that. I have and shall continue to do so. What's with the smitten look? May I finally unravel the mystery of a picnic? Yeah, I'll guide us to the park. Sun's hot enough to fry an egg even on the grass, but we find a spot in the shade. One of those days where it's the perfect temperature in the shade, but not enough to burn a few minutes in the sun. He holds the basket while I set up our picnic. Picnics require blankets. Observed. Not required, but it certainly makes things comfier. I point to the bottom left corner of the blanket furthest from the tree. Set the basket down over there. We'll use it as a weight for that side of the blanket. What will weigh down the other 3 corners? We will. I pat the spot beside me on the blanket. I'm unfamiliar with that gesture. It means come join me. Oh, it's an invitation. He sits on the blanket beside me and leaves about a forearm's worth of space between us. The wind blows the comforting scent of the shampoo, and a faint undertone of coconut in my direction. Yum. I hand him an empty plate as I unpack our lunch. Do all picnics require 2 participants? No, you picnic alone. Just uncommon. Oh, what would you like to eat? Everything you made. He accepts the jar of chocolate mousse I hand him, along with a spoon. Egan scoops out a spoonful of mousse experimentally before popping it in his mouth. His face lights up as he savors the dessert. We devour our mousse cups in silence before I portion out the sandwiches. The chicken pastries Egan made are noticeably soggier than earlier, thanks to the steam and condensation from being packed without cooling. He declines the pastries, but accepts a generous helping of the egg salad sandwiches I made. Before he can take a bite, an alien guard materializes and sprinkles a powder onto his sandwich. Aww. Yes, it has what we look like. We got big buns. We eat in mutually enjoyed silence once more. However, there are small interruptions whenever Egan grunts in approval while eating. It's difficult for me not to do the same, considering Egan's take on a sandwich is delicious. It tastes like how I imagine winning the lottery when you're down on your luck feels, and that's with it being slightly soggy. Whatever, it works. I can't imagine how mind-blowingly delicious it would have tasted fresh out of the oven. Yeah, it would have been to die for. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Actually, it's better I didn't try it. Simple recipe, yet the way Egan made it is tasty enough to make me stupid with delight. What would it be like to eat food this tasty every day? These are delectable. Likewise. I'm curious about your limitations. What can't you do? Oh, plenty. How about you? Currently, the only thing I can't do is best you. I don't know about that I don't know about that, Chief. This pastry sandwich is one good crunch away from giving me an existential crisis. If we're dueling now based on the taste of food he made, you definitely win. No, the honor of victory is yours. Taste is but one factor. Your natural cooking skills left me mesmerized. I learned to cook to care for my sister. It was the least I could do after she left our hometown with me, when I selfishly wanted better than what we had. Do Earthians consider such a motive selfish? Some people do. Are you still a wanderer? Not anymore. I planted my roots here in Ose. It's a lovely place. What about you? What's Orthon like? It's busy, but it's home. I've never once run out of tasks since the day I was born. He's that busy? That's insane. If that's the case, then how often has he actually gone home? You take frequent breaks, right? Take breaks from who? I'm quite solid, and I won't be altering my matter anytime soon. Or are you worried about the mothership? I assure you our safety system's top of the line. I laugh, but cover my mouth with my palm since I'm mid-sandwich bite. Not break as in fragile or safety procedure. I meant break as in you take the time to rest, eat, and sleep, and blow your nose. There we go. Alright. Thanks for stopping by, road dog. You rest well. Merry Christmas. I don't quite follow. You sleep, right? Only as I must to keep my mind sharp. Sounds like plenty of people I know. And you eat? I do, but it's different from what you're imagining. Orthonians take tablets as sustenance. The tablets contain all the nutrients we require. I'm guessing that's what that powder is? Can I take in nutrients from what you're eating now? I can, but it's an infinitesimal amount. He tugs his mouth wide open enough that I can see inside. He has strange neat lines along his cheeks with rows of filament nests inside. Reminds me of fish gills. Because of these, powder is absorbed better. Solids, however, are a challenge. That's fascinating. What if food gets stuck in there? Then my tongue becomes my primary removal implement. It's why solids are an enjoyable challenge. Do you look at prod at it until it comes out? Usually, but there are other tools in the mothership I may use if necessary. Got toothpicks? I see your tongue. His tongue is far longer than expected, and there are sharp points similar to papillae at the tip. To my naked eye, everything else about it seems normal, but I'm sure much more would be revealed if I studied it under a microscope. He rolls most of his tongue back into some kind of storage pocket on the bottom of his mouth. When he's done, it's about the size of a normal human tongue. I'm fascinated, but it'd be inappropriate to examine any more of your anatomy during this picnic. Egan laughs. You're more than welcome to do so if you leave this planet with me. My face heats up. Is he flirting with me? Don't offer again. I don't have enough willpower to say no. When he opens his mouth, I stuff some of his sandwich in it. Ah, tempt me not. Egan's eyes crinkle with deep amusement as he chews. I've barely recovered by the time he swallows. You're quite blessed. I feared my earlier disclosure may scare you. I gasp and tilt back with fake shock. I'm offended you haven't noticed how much of a freak I am. That is a joke? Yeah, it's a joke. I'm having a great time with you. You could split your face in three and spit acid, and I'd still eat sandwiches like this with you. Splitting one's face and spitting acid is more of a... I can't even try to read that. Trait. Their manners are rather impeccable considering. What? Enough, you're only making me more curious. He leans closer as I cackle. His eyes glint with mirth. Double surveillance, Burb. Welcome, how you doing? Gotta date an alien to save the world. Back in your good graces, I'd like to do that thing we did earlier. Yeah, welcome, Merry Crisis. What thing? That thing with our hands. You'll have to be more specific. He takes my hand at his. This. Right, I held his hand when I guided him to the kitchen. Oh, no. It's okay, but we still have to eat the watermelon. We each grab a slice of watermelon with our free hands. As before, an alien guard materialized and sprinkles the powder onto his watermelon. Egan holds it flat enough for his guard to coat one side, and he flips it over to the other side. So what exactly is that powder anyway? It's a nutrient-rich plankton native to Orthon. It's easy to culture and harvest, making it practical for long voyages. Does it taste good? Tastes impertinent. Serves its purpose satisfying all of our nutritional needs. Can I try some? Egan offers his slice of watermelon to me. I lead it to take a small nibble. And it tastes awful! The powder has a chalky texture to watermelon. The flavor is taken on a bitter saltiness with an almost meaty aftertaste. Ugh. Egan suppresses a laugh behind his hand as he watches me struggle to maintain my composure. I quickly dig into my untainted watermelon, trying to cleanse the offensive taste from my mouth. I've been told it's something of an acquired taste. And you could have said something before offering some to me? Would it have dissuaded you? Ugh. Got me there. It's an incredibly enjoyable day. We stick around in the park chatting until the sun sinks and a soft orange glow of sunset illuminates us. Yay. Picnic. It's a nice way to say it tastes like shit. Yeah, right? He's gotta eat it, though. What's part of his alien diet? Maybe that's why his pastry was so delicious that it killed us. Because he's used to putting the powder stuff on it that makes it taste like shit, so he has to overcompensate for the shittiness of the powder. Now it's starting to make sense. Alien heart attack, yeah. 12 after 9 p.m. when Egan escorts me home. This game's free on Steam, by the way. Only when I'm safely on the front step does he release my hand. I pivot and clasp our picnic basket in both palms. Aaron, today was a pleasure. Thank you. You're welcome. I had a good time, too. There's a lull in our conversation. I understand I'll see you tomorrow, yet the disappointment of parting exists all the same. Same for me. Egan clasps his hand behind him. I kick a stone off our front step. The hum of the spaceship above us fills the silence. It's surreal. Don't I have to come up to the ship for that evaluation? You're right. Covers his face and snaps to attention. How could I have forgotten something so crucial? Because you relaxed for the first time in your life? For humans, yeah, right? Is that what relaxing does? It makes you forgetful? Being overly tense does the same thing. So I don't know what to tell you. We don't yet have the results of our cooking competition earlier. I'll check with Lynn to see where we're at with that. Let me brush my teeth, change my clothes, and I'll come up to the ship for my evaluation. I eagerly anticipate your arrival. Do more than anticipate, it's a race. Egan jolts. Wait, it's a duel? No. We did play Yu-Gi-Oh! With them earlier. I rush inside, making the best use of my head start. I return outside in 9 minutes. 2 familiar guards await my arrival. Handsome alien A and B, it's good to see you. Every time we see you, you're a stranger, Earthian. Every time I see you two, you're more Bishonen than last time. Take me up to the ship, please. I'm deep inside the familiar purple and blue room, but I don't see Egan. Egan, are you here? You must be the infamous contract violator I keep hearing about. A deep, velvety voice I've never heard before addresses me from the gloom. The alien it belongs to steps into the light, and I hold my breath seeing him. He's nothing like Egan, Dele, or any of the other aliens I've met. It looks like I expected a planet concrete alien to be, with his broad, muscular build, scars, and overbearing countenance. What have I been up to? Don't worry about it. It's like, we just got, we accidentally agreed to a duel without realizing it. Our sister set us up on a blind date that turned out to be an alien duel for the sake of the planet, and but we chose to make it a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel and we won. But apparently we were supposed to also go on a date as well, but we didn't do that, so that violated the contract. So now, in order to make it up, we have to go on 3 dates now, or Earth blows up. He gets the same height as me, and Dele's shorter than me, but this alien's so tall I feel like an ant gazing up at the breadth of an oak tree. The way they speak about you, I thought you'd be taller, as well as less. His crimson eyes flicker over me. Friend-shaped. Yeah, well, friend-shaped. They'll tell a contrived, but you're here for it. Don't worry about it. Thank you. And you are? We won't be relevant to each other following this conversation, so there's no need for formal introductions. That's offensive. Egan and I are getting along great. Seems you haven't considered maybe the primary reason why we won't be relevant to one another. Have I offended you somehow by coming here? Everything offends Nabo, contract violator. Feel free to ignore him. He's such a hulking bulk of muscle that I doubt that's possible. Hi, Adele. Good evening. Space door to my left opens and Egan rushes out. His pages are adorable. Got a little stash. But why is he suddenly wearing glasses? Actually, everyone on the ship except Andele, whose glasses are on his head. Also seeing Andele besides Egan and Nabo, it registers just how short Andele is. He's got that ranted attitude to make himself seem bigger. Blast, I thought I made it. Andele lifts his stack of papers. It obscures his lips like a fan would for a stereotypical noble lady. She beat you, although you were aboard this ship. You're the most disappointing specimen I've ever had the displeasure of knowing. Hey, that's harsh. Harsh is the only language Andele speaks. Fortunately, he only speaks it to Egan. Vegan's lovely. He's thousands of times better than any politicians we've had the last several decades. Oh my, unfortunately you're young, Earthy, and there's time yet for you to develop an accounting for taste. Wow. What am I yawning? His remarks cut straight through the heart, huh? Andele, you may be as rude to me as you wish, but be courteous to our guests. Better yet, shall we proceed with the evaluation? I feel my lifespan decreasing with every second I'm in your proximity, glorified crown-wearing urchin that you are. Damn, he nasty. My apologies for Adele once again, Aaron. Let us score today, so you may be on your way. A screen rises up from the floor before Egan, and a platform beneath my feet raises me above the others. Egan taps a few buttons on his watch, and a digital screen forms before me. The amendment score for day 1 of 3 is... Capes looks uncomfortable. Yeah, it's got like little grippies. The numbers jump around before my eyes. Scrolling impossibly fast as though I tugged the lever on a gambling machine. Then shows a 0. Second column's another 0. A number 1 falls in the final spot. Scores 100? Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. 100 is rather generous. I thought you'd give her 10 at most. I like that game chosen by Egan. I've been here all of 10 minutes and his crewmates are unbearable. Congratulations, Earthian. You've survived the first day. Why do you phrase it like that? Because you may be vaporized any day you fail horribly enough. Well, you can't do that. But I can. It was in one of the clauses on the document you signed. Oh, you horrible little... Unfortunately, I don't have the pleasure of subjecting Egan to that today. A shame, really. There's seriously something wrong with Adele for him to say that with a smile. You're free to leave. We'll see you tomorrow evening for the evaluation. The gestures behind me and the space door opens. I get chills remembering how fast it collapsed into a ramp, so I don't step on it just yet. I noticed a crinkling of Adele's eyes. The contract violator learns. What a feat. I can't say the same about the overgrown algae we call Prince. I have a name, you know. It gave it a full of sleeves. Does the halfwit address you by it? Well, yes. That's irrelevant to me. Good evening to you. Andale. He stalks away without a single glance backwards. Wow. What an asshole. Ignore him. I'll escort you back home. I check it. My nose is stuffy again today. Boo. Water. Okay. Do you really play Yu-Gi-Oh in this? I mean, it's pretty much all but a name. It's like, oh, we're gonna play a children's card game, and then the dude is like, yeah, well, I'll get us all set up for it. You woke up with the same nose thing. Yeah, no, it's that time of the year where your nose and throat get all messed up from the winter weather. It do just be like that. I have the humidifier running. I filled it this morning, so I could only do so much. I took a deep breath while Egan and I are back on my front porch. He pulls off his glasses and places them on his watch. The instrument absorbed in a puff of particles. Oh, why the glasses, by the way? It's an Andale measure. After a certain time of night, he refuses to perceive anyone without spectacles. I now have a deep understanding of how you've been single for so long. Meaning, Nabo and Adele are rude enough to scare most people off. Self-contrived on second thought, this is very appropriate. Yeah, right? Does that mean I cannot enjoy your company tomorrow? I'll come over. Oh, I suppose you must for the sake of your planet. Even if the Earth wasn't at stake, I'd come check on you. I meant what I said. It's been a while since I've had that much fun. Then I look forward to your competition tomorrow. Enjoy your rest. You too. I slip inside and collide with Lynn. Yow, Che! What were you doing so close to the door? Eavesdropping. You two had such a good mood going on until you visited that spaceship. Speaking of, what's it like inside? I waved like a madman while you were gone, but nobody beamed me up. You don't want to go in there. Egan's the only nice one. Oh, don't be so hard on them. They probably woke up on the wrong side of the bed or stepped in some water after donning fresh socks. Well, none of them were socks, and second, that's so alarmingly specific. Actually, I'm far too tired to get into it with you now. Forget it. Get up! They probably need time to warm up to you. The aliens who helped me clean up were kinder than I thought. Speaking of... Lynn sticks out her tongue. It's a gradient from purple to navy, and hundreds of white spots speckle her tongue like the night sky. Don't eat Cosmoroni. My tongue's been like this since you left. No amount of scrubbing has changed that. Bleh. The process of making it melted all our good bakeware, too. It what? Who's going to replace that? Don't have a heart attack. I've already replaced it. You're talking about something that matters now? How was your date with Egan? Oh no, we're not getting into that. I still have 2 days left. I'm heading to bed. No, party pooper, wet blankets, chicken the bug, grubby upkins. I walk away and head upstairs. Please, sis, you have to tell me. I've been dying to know. I figured you've been too busy flaunting on social media to wonder. Am I so heartless in your mind? I was super worried when they took you away this morning. I figured things went well since this guy didn't go all weird. Thank you for your vote of confidence. If you're Lady Egan, I'll figure something out so you never have to see him again. That won't be necessary. He's a bit clumsy, but he's... cute. He's cute, both in personality and looks. My sister gasps and squeals and throws her hands up and does a happy dance. Yes! Oh my god, yes! That's amazing news! You two are uber duper cute together. Remember I told you it was a cute alien, you were like, face? Yeah, yes, I remember. Yet here we are now. My cranky sister found someone she likes. Like is a stretch, and hey, I'm not cranky, I'm practical. Yeah, best character. Yeah, she's our sister. She was the one that set up the date in the first place. Which is totally why you carry a sewing kit, a massive water bottle, and a multi-tool everywhere, right? And you were thankful for it every time we needed any of them, if I recall. She tosses herself on my bed and scoots over. I'm really happy for you, you know? I was super afraid this would work out. You were superbly pissed waiting in that cafe, and I thought I'd all but assured you'd grow old with 100 cats. I still want 100 cats. I might still want 100 cats. Yeah, well, if you still want them, I'll support you. Though preferably I'd support you about a block or two over to spare myself the smell. Are you done taking up my bed? No, I think I could spread out a little longer. Treat me as part of this mattress. I plop my pillow into my sister's face and flop onto her. Her scream is muffled thanks to all the crushing. Oh, you brute. I ease up and she stands. Lynn? What's up? It was chaos at first, and there's still potential for it to become that way again. Yeesh, if you're going to praise me, leave off all that other stuff, won't you? Yes, thank you. It wasn't so bad to get out of the house and spend time with someone else for once. She taps her phone and wipes the imaginary tear away from her eye. At ease. Yes, thank you. It's so bad to get out of the house and spend time with someone else for... Yeah, it's recording. My voice spews out of her device. Perfect, I'll play this anytime you're in one of those I'm right about this moods. Hey, delete that. I lunge for her, but she dodges. Absolutely not, I worked hard for this. I'll play this at your celebration of life. Lynn! My morning starts off easy without any interruptions. I sleep in for an hour, take a long shower, and browse the internet for a good while. My peace shatters when I step into a kitchen full of guests I didn't know we'd be having. Until they seated at our dining table, finishing the last of a plated breakfast. Nabo's across from him scrolling a digital screen from his wristwatch. Oh, and his feet were on my table. Rude. Well, you certainly know how to take your time. It's a skill our half-wit could stand to learn. Double locator, welcome, how you doing? It's you, back again to, oh no, you blew up. Whoops, gotta watch out for those magic traps. But yeah, welcome, how you doing? Oh yeah, double night, Johnny, welcome, yeah, Merry Christmas. Hey, kitty, enjoy the burbs. How you doing? Excuse me, Nabo, your feet? Lynn and I eat there. Move them yourself if it bothers you. He keeps scrolling, so I storm over and tugged him off the table. Or try to. My hand phases through him and his pixels distort before his visage solidifies again. Doing good, how am I doing? I'm doing good. My nose is a little stuffy, but you know, it's that time of the year. Don't worry about him. He's actually on the mothership. Nabo gives me a hand wave as if to say, see, no, I'm done, but that's entirely not the point. Yeah, so those of you just getting in here, we gotta date an alien to avoid the planet blowing up. And these are like his advisors or whatever. I don't care if your feet are real or not. Get them off my table. Actually, who let you two into our home? I did. I made breakfast for everyone because Egan said it'd be nice for all of us to formally meet. Lynn gestures to the empty dishes before her. Until I ate it all. And we appreciate your generous hospitality. How could you eat all the breakfast? The courteous thing to do is have a little and leave enough for everyone else. Eating is the privilege of the victorious. They can't possibly think this is acceptable. I need to do something. Well, if I let him get away with it. Except when I open my mouth, only a puff of air comes out. These aliens conquer worlds! What's my measly argument going to do when I'm faced with that? Lily's waiting for the chance to vaporize me. Who's to say he won't the second I protest? Forget I said anything, let's keep the peace. Expression Lynn gives me could snag the top spot on a top 10 betrayals video. But that settled, I want more, contract violator. Give us a second helping, would you? Sure thing. I would use a separate space. I don't like the gases my food emits to touch. You've got it. It's important to put your foot down when someone invades your personal space, especially if you pay $4,500 a month for rent. What? Do these people live in California? Like, time for that big sis energy. Oh, I've had it. I don't know where these two learn their manners, but it won't matter in a moment. Lynn, did Egan mention how long he'll be away for? He didn't, but he left because he said there was something he needed to grab. Then watch the front door, please. I need to have a chat with these two. Like New York City? Probably that too. Could be either one. My sister swallows as I ease off my house flip-flops. Ooh, we gotta beat them with the slipper. She bails as if she can't get away fast enough. I wonder how you've treated your sister for her to run like that. You need not be curious for long. You're about to find out. So she's never the recipient of it, as she knows better the moment she feels my aura. Beat him with the slipper. Contract violator, why are you approaching me? You. Blam! Blam! Blam. My morning is lovely, bright and sunny, and it hasn't had any interruptions. I slept in like a baby, took a long shower, and browsed the internet for at least an hour. I'm currently relaxing in the kitchen when the ever so kind Nabo and Adele treat Lynn and I to breakfast. The welcoming sizzle and the scent of cooking eggs, bacon, and sausages, accompanied by fresh toast, is amazing. You two are so nice, right, Lynn? My sister, swaying profusely beside me, nods. I can't wait until Egan arrives and sees how wonderful you two are to us. Nabo, I like my eggs over easy. He obediently adjusts the heat. My sister also takes 3 spoonfuls of sugar in her coffee, Adele. Isn't that right? It is. Rip. Adele sets Lynn's coffee down gently before her, after adding the instructed amount of sugar. She sucks in air through her teeth upon seeing Adele's swollen face, but quickly coughs to hide it. He delivers my coffee next, and I take a relaxing, deep sip of it. There's no morning better than this. Nabo sets a plate of food before Lynn and me. Aaron, I heard you're awake. Egan cheerfully enters through the kitchen door. He plops into the unoccupied seat beside me. My heart does a little flip seeing him. I'm so happy to see you, why? His eyes widen when he sees Nabo and Adele. You two, what happened? What Exogorth attacked you? Somehow we were powerful enough to attack a hologram. Go get treated on the mothership. Dolly Nabo sure a look before staring out the window. If the Amity Egan earned for another world of pain. We angered a force we shouldn't have. Thankfully, my polite smile's enough warning for them. What cosmic force was that? Doesn't matter. We lost a duel to them. It matters. I must best this formidable opponent neither of you could overcome the pride of Orthon. Andele sighs deeply. Then we've already lost. Oh, what do you mean? He studies comrades, his eyes fall on me. I swallow. Gulp. Did he put two and two together? I'd rather not apologize considering how Nabo and Adele acted in my home, but Earth is on the line. Perhaps I shouldn't have been so rash? Before I catch the emotion in Egan's eyes, he closes them. Well, I hope you two learned a valuable lesson. It's healthy to be humbled whenever you drift too close to a solar flare. Oh. Well, we'll consider the lesson masterfully learned, right? Right? Right. Although Egan smiles, both Nabo and Andale tense. Their combined unease is an additional physical presence crowding the room. It leaves me curious how exactly Egan leads his fleet. Please do enjoy your breakfast, Lynn. You too, beloved Aaron. I think beating up Nabo and Andale was unintentionally... has unintentionally made Egan more into me. He's like, damn, she beat up my best generals. That's so hot. I clear my throat, determined to move on. I'll enjoy my breakfast, but what about you? Have you eaten? He loses all interest in his comrades as he focuses on me. I had a tablet, but I thought it'd be enjoyable to consume solids alongside you this morning. You don't have to. Perhaps not, but sustenance tastes better in your company. Lynn's practically feral from glee at Egan's obvious flirtation. His gaze rests on the various empty platters on the table. Unfortunately, it seems I dilly-dally too long. The food's been consumed. You could have some of my breakfast if you'd like. I wouldn't dare. We have a whole day together. I want you to be hungry. A tablet will suffice. My hunger isn't like your hunger. I guess that's okay, but I'm still worried. Well, I'll figure that out after I take my bathroom break. So, BRB. Bye. and back, and of course, Taffy wants to sit on my lap again. That's 3 times now, Taffy. You're a spoiled little man. Alright, yeah, you're fine. He said he's fine, then it must be true. I let the matter rest, and he keeps me company while I finish eating. While we have everyone here, I'd like to offer proper introductions. We haven't yet had the pleasure. Good gestures to Andele and Nabo. These two are the chief Orthonians who accompany me throughout my travels and conquests. Andale is my faction's esteemed researcher. He represents Orthonian nationalism and is charged of the seamless interrogation of the planets we seize into Orthonian culture. No wonder he's so unbearable. That's a position of insane authority. I'm sure he's made plenty of ruthless decisions for the sake of seamless integration. This job not to care about anything other than Orthon. But if that's the case, why does he dislike Egan so much? Shouldn't they get along swimmingly since Egan is constantly securing planets for Orthon? Beside him is Navo. He's my faction strategist and is in charge of the general welfare of Orthonians. He's my oldest friend, and his mother is my mother's sworn aegis. Should either of them fall a battle, they'll fulfill the motherly obligations of the fallen. So you two are brothers if one of your mothers passes? In Earthian terms, yes. However, there are vastly more obligations following that. Brother from another mother. Sounds like Orthonian families get about out as complicated as anywhere else. That said, Nabo was hostile to me too. I hope he isn't Egan's aegis. You mentioned factions. Does that mean you aren't yet the ruler of Orthon? That title belongs to my father. He instructed all of his kin to explore the vastness of space and prove that any one of us deserves this title. I assume to see was already yours based on the way you talk. He could twist his watch around his arm. Speaking as such is a habit of mine. A deplorable one, may I add. I glance at Adele and he clamps up. But you two obviously support him, otherwise why would you travel together? You're correct about that, Earthian. Andele glares. Leave me out of your assumptions. I'm part of this expedition solely so that neither of them perish. A service I'm being vastly unappreciated for, considering neither of them can tell Goth power from Zakhrut. You're still burning up over that? Both are a white talc powder. They're the same to me. I could kill someone with both. No, Ukrainians. One is highly volatile, the other is a poison. There's nothing similar about them. Nabo examines his hands. Ends and means. Death is the same regardless of specification. You could pretend to care about my contribution. Egan smiles at Dele. Well, I appreciate the mothership wouldn't be running without you. The fact that you mean that is yet another reason I can't stand you. You've never once tried to do anything yourself, unlike your siblings. Based on what Egan told me during our picnic yesterday, he's the most hardworking guy I've ever met. I've absorbed everything you've told me, Adele. I'll know which is right when it's actually important. Our many arguments will come to mind. This conversation no longer deserves my input. Enough. Egan's eerily lucky. We've seen evidence of that time and again traveling with him. May I ask how many other people you're fighting for the throne? 67, if you include all my half-siblings, in-laws, cousins, nieces, and nephews. Lynn chokes on her coffee. Lily prints a handkerchief from his watch and passes it to her. I don't know whether it's a gesture from the heart or a consequence of the flip-flop I struggled with earlier, but I appreciate it. That's so many people! It is, and each competitor has their own fleet, with which they're conquering planets while we're bound to this one. Perhaps that's why Nobble dislikes me. To him, I must be the obstacle that's keeping Egan from conquering other planets. Then we ought to finish our business as soon as possible so you don't fall behind, huh? Me? Fall behind where? She means your planet seizure count will fall behind our rivals while you frolic on this planet. Egan taps his watch with a scoff. A digital screen with numbers and a ranking appears before us. The number next to Egan's name spins so rapidly I can't parse the number of planets he successfully conquered. What I do understand is that his number is over 9 zeros long and it's still rapidly increasing. Is that going up? But you're here with us. Of course it is. I've taught them very well. He laughs in a friendly way, but I can't shake the feeling that I haven't adequately assessed his character. I assume he could stumbled into success, but based on what I'm hearing, he's competent. Probably wonders if his friendliness or at least his facade of it has played an invaluable part of his success as the planet conqueror. He changes the screen with a tap. His image at the top gleams and sparkles, while everyone below him is grayed out. My family may be competing, but they first need a fraction of the skills I have to be considered a rival. Now you know why I hate him. How could this empty-headed heathen be winning by such a margin? If my fleet couldn't do anything without me, then I'd have to destroy them. Nabo, why are you worried about Egan exactly? He shrugs. Hares and turtles, he's not our ruler yet. Nameplate beneath Egan's amazing score reads Grievax. They have 5 modest planets. That's all? Just fine? Yes! Griffey secured these 5 planets after 30 years of battling a platoon I was training. Her squad was such a fine practice for mine that I withdrew on the 31st year. Is that the only reason she has those planets? Yes, it would do to crush her spirit. She's still growing. Dare I ask what comes after her growth? How thoroughly is he planning to crush her once she comes of age? Wait, how old is Grievax? He talks about her like a child, although they fought for 31 years? I don't know what face I made, but Undelly's staring. See, he's creepy. His ability to delegate is uncanny. Everyone has their place. All I've done is assign them accordingly to their ambitions. Creepy, overgrown algae. Lynn taps my shoulder and points at my ear. I lean over. What is it? You should reconsider marrying Egan. Go to the courthouse today. You can't waste any more time. That's your advice after what you just heard? Think about this. Even if you only get half those planets when you split up, we're not space travelers. Not with that attitude. I'll launch you into space if you keep it up. Yeah. I believe that concludes introductions on my side. Lynn, would you kindly introduce yourself to my companions? I'd love to, but there's not much to say. My name's Lynn Reeves, age 28. I started a degree in broadcasting, swapped to computer science, and dropped out for personal reasons. Erin's my sister. We lived together since she was old enough to leave home, and I tagged along. She works incredibly hard, so I try to make her life easier where I am. A noble endeavor. Lynn, do you really feel like that? No further comments. I hope all of you will treat my sister well. It would be my honor to do so. Thanks, brother-in-law. Lynn! We're not playing house. I'm heading back to the ship. I'll join you after I finish these dishes. Nellie crosses the sink and begins washing our dishes. Quite something what the fabled slipper could do to someone who's never felt it before. Nabo, can I join you? I really want to see the ship. You may, but if you attempt to film it, our electromagnetic shield will reduce your cellular device to ashes. Wowee, that's a security measure. I promise not to film, so please let me tag along. Follow me if you want, but I won't be responsible for sending you home. That's okay, since my home is below yours. Bye, sis. I glanced at the clock following their departure. 31 p.m. Where'd the time go? What are today's plans? Sorry so late, we'll have to keep it simple since we walked around yesterday. Let's stay in today. While your boat is beautiful, there's limited room here for competitions. Must we compete today? I figured we could relax. Competitions are integral to my people. If need be, I could make them my victor's demand. I have 4 of those banked with you after yesterday. That number may be higher. We don't have the results of yesterday's cook-off. I place my hand over Egan's and he pauses. I'll think about that. Well, I understand duels are important to you. Not dueling every day is important to me. Our competitions yesterday were my attempt at understanding you. Could you do the same for me today? He seems nervous, but after meeting my gaze for a moment, he nods. He flips his palm over, gently squeezes my hand, then releases it. I'm uncertain what relaxing entails, but I shall try it. I promise it'll be as fun as dueling. I'm wary. Following yesterday's forgetfulness, I'm certain I should avoid this relaxing activity. I want to relax with you. We did it on the sofa yesterday, didn't we? We did, but I wanted to work this time, so try not to think about me. I will fail. You can try again as many times as you like. I do not wish to try that, so I'll accept my defeat in advance. Do you want to think about me that much? He blushes yet holds my gaze. If the answer is not apparent, then yes, I do. I meant it when I shared that I'm enthralled by you. My face heats up. I can't look away at him. He's so cute. Have you ever heard of moderation? I don't know what to say when you're so honest. Am I troubling you? No, yes, well, kinda, but also no. I have conflicting feelings about all the flattery. But I am sincere. Is there a specific way you'd like me to prove that to you? Perhaps it's indelicate, but please tell me what you like. My hope is that I'll grow closer to you if I show you that first. Well, I like that he's honest, and that despite this crazy situation, I feel at ease around him. But in the same vein, how could he like me so much that he hasn't seen many of my bad sides? He hasn't seen any of the bad parts of my personality. Then I invite you to show them to me. I've been exceptionally clumsy around you, although I've never considered myself much. Not something I could show on command. He inclines his head. And it's my honor to get to know you today as well. Who says it like that, you dork? As you laughed, I'll take that to mean you find me endearing instead of contemptibly socially inept. God words. Gil was good. Observed. I feel like I'm being studied. Observed. He looks incredibly bemused after I mimic him. The longer I stare at Egan, the more I shall be on my way. I completely forgot Adele was there. Egan must have too. No need to announce your departure. As a guest, it's polite to leave without informing one's host. Good day, Aaron. I shall see you at this evening's evaluation. The mood's returned to normal. I should get down to what we're doing. Since there's no duels, I need to do whatever I can to ensure we have another good date. Regarding the cook-off yesterday, I posted everything on the internet, so it'll take some time for them to decide. Should we check what the current tally is? See all the discourse? Nah, let's wait for the final result. Happy's off my lap, so I'm trying to fix my posture. Discourse? Is it a social familiarity? No, definition's obsolete here. Many people use it for discussions online. Typically once they get out of hand. Or, that doesn't work as a definition either. 1 second. Okay. Drink some water. There. Why am I wasting precious time trying to explain the internet to an alien? Regardless of the definition, it's something you want to stay out of. Observed. How should we do this relaxing day? What do you usually do? Of the things I do to relax, there's usually a few that come to mind that are fun to do with another person. Usually I just... Bathe? Usually I bathe to relieve stress. I'm familiar with that activity, but I've never had any success with it. Perhaps I'll be successful in your company. That's the spirit. Wait, you're stinky? Where's your communal bathing space? who's a what's it? Let my thoughts catch up to the implications of what Egan just shared. Wait, we can't bathe together. We'll be doing it separately. He looks at me like I'm truly alien. There's also a hint of admiration. You bathe alone? You bathe with label? Bathing with others is a must. A fifth of Athornian assassinations happen in the bathroom. What do I even say to that? It's tragic, odd, yet morbidly humiliating? Imagine you're a renowned extraterrestrial warrior, yet you die on the can. Well, you know, that happened in Game of Thrones. You'll be safe in our bathroom, I promise. What about you? I bathe there every day. Why wouldn't it be safe for me? We're affiliated. Listen to me very carefully, okay? Nobody's going to kill us while we're bathing. Unless you can prove to me that the probability of assassination is 0, I'm afraid I can't agree to this. I'll prove it. I'll bathe right now to prove how safe it is. I reach the doorway of the kitchen before Egan seizes my shoulder. Aaron, you cannot. It's dangerous. Then you can protect me. That may be so, but why take the risk? To prove that what you said is absolutely bonkers, I showered yesterday and this morning just fine. But that was not in my company, thus That you lived once is a fluke. That's saying again. I promise you it'll take me 30 minutes tops. Which is an offensively short bath in my opinion, but since he insists there's assassins, it needs to be short to placate him. I'll be right back. I pulled my shoulder free and head into the bathroom. Break on the shower and plug the tub. My hair gets soaked, I select one of my favorite bath soaps off the shelf and pour soap into the filling water. Erin, you alive? Very, though I'm tempted to scream and make horrific gurgling noises just to tease you. Please don't, as I would not find that amusing. He really is taking this seriously, huh? Did he lose someone in the bathroom at some point? If so, that's pretty sad. At least he won't lose me in one. I've long awaited the day Prince Zakafzal exposes his weakness. Hee hee hee. I bolt out of the door before whoever joined me finishes their monologue. I crash an egg and scramble up into his arms as if I'm a cat and he's a tree. You've got to be kidding me! Erin, what? The bloody assassin is in there! Egan wilts as if there's an inevitable event that he's experienced many, many times. I warned you. Don't just stand there and arrest him! Zal but surgically removes the death grip I have on him, then sheds his cape and drapes it around me. One gesture later, 2 familiar guards beam into the room. Supreme Leader, we have apprehended the culprit. Good. Deal with them, then pack everything in this house. Hold on. I'm glad that they were caught so fast, but why are you packing my things? It's too dangerous for you to stay here for the time being. I'll be fine. I just woke up. I'm just shaken up. To empathize, Erin. You must come with me. It's non-negotiable. Now that you've proved it, I must make sure you understand. It's not safe for you to bathe alone again. Ever again. I laugh instead of parsing what he's saying. In fact, I laughed the entire way up to the spaceship. I keep laughing even as I'm sat down next to Lynn. Oh, hey, why are you naked under that cape? How could bathing be that dangerous? How could... Ducted. Bathing's always been dangerous. Have you ever slipped on soap? Even ever hit your knee on the tap? Hurts. Hurts a lot. Rip. All the above? As Egan seems unenthused about spending the day relaxing, perhaps he'll enjoy his time more if I let him pick something? Usually I watch something, listen to music, play games, take a long bath, or, take some time to myself. What are you most interested in doing? It gives it serious consideration and clasps both my hands on his. Everything. Before I can respond, we're in the living room. Show Egan chooses plays on 2x speed on the TV while we play my favorite cozy game cooperatively on 2 handheld consoles. My laptop plays a playlist of my favorite songs at the coffee table. Forecast stands down on us from the showerhead attached to the portable bathtub we're sharing. This isn't what I pictured. My senses are so overloaded that I see the soul of my Gridendo Yitch escaping from all the water I keep swiping off the screen. Egan, this is not relaxing. You could do it, Aaron. Not a matter of skill, you loon. We're doing too much. However, as he's enjoying every activity flawlessly, I try to match his pace nonetheless. My resolve wins, but my body is weak. My head throbs and my vision swims, then I sink into the water. Aaron? Aaron! Rip. Had a fantastic time doing everything possible. Fortunately for him, mortals have limitations. Whoops. Let's play some video games. Usually I just play video games and my worries melt away. He strokes his chin. As melting worries must be a figure of speech, what type of games do you enjoy? Anything I like. I try to about anything that catches my eyes. May I try one of your favorites? We can as long as you don't mind. Simulation. Since our goal is to relax, I had to play a simulation game with Egan. My favorite farming sim is a cooperative experience, and I never did get Lynn to play with me. How much do you know about digital farming, Egan? Nothing, but I'm ready to learn. Perfect. This should be a blast. We could start a new save file. Before that, you ought to look at the part where, since we're lounging around all day. I'll let you buy my largest shirt. Like the girlfriend lending the boyfriend her big shirt? Wow, what a role reversal. The boogies refuse to leave. Once he gets done, something more comfortable and snacks are seen too. I pass him the controller to the console I set up. I gave him a general rundown of how the game works while he portioned our snacks into bowls. The melody of my favorite comfort farming sims plays on the TV. After all these years, I finally get to run a cooperative farm with someone other than an NPC. Egan and I spend a fair amount of time on the character customization screen. He makes his farmer as close to himself as possible. While I typically make an OC, I decide to do the same. We arrive in town together, are given 2 different plots of land as part of the town revitalization project. They're playing Stardew Valley, obviously. It's like, not a lot of these games got co-op in them, but Stardew does. Fuchsia, the town mayor, welcomes us warmly and provides us the standard farming tools to get started on growing crops. I've played the entire game before, so I skipped the tutorial. However, there's something special about watching Egan play and absorb everything. He plants his turnips in neat 2x2 squares on his farm plot. The mechanics are simple, but I anticipate they'll add complexity. Yeah, you were like 30 seconds behind. Yeah. It always starts out like this. You can do a lot more as you upgrade your tools. What shall we do first? Wait. He wanders onto my farm and approaches my character. There you are. We're neighbors. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you were so close. Can we combine our farms? I'm not sure. I've always played solo. Shall I ask the mayor? Just started playing. Don't you want your own farm? But then I couldn't come home to you after a long day's exploration. I want to fix that. That's such a sweet sentiment that I'm momentarily blindsided. I'll have turnips soon, and as you'll need some to keep up your stamina, let's eat together. Thank you, but I don't think that's how it works. Are you sure the mayor said we can send mail? Again, I've always played solo. Egan's character wanders away and forges for some berries. This writing style is like if Hideo Kojima were normal. Yeah, right? Besides, you can't share your farm with anyone but your spouse, pets, and kid. Then let's get married! There are plenty of romanceable NPCs in the village to choose from. Why would I marry an NPC when I move to town with my wife? I'm going to feel weird if you keep making jokes like that, and I don't recall you giving me a ring. Seems I must venture into the mines as a suitable expression of devotion first. Come on, you haven't met anyone in the village yet. Why don't we head into town? I'm sure you'll find someone you like. We wander into town, but as we keep stopping to harvest materials along the way, it takes a while. Is my new farm too destitute? Is that why I'm not a serious consideration for your marriage candidate? I really don't think we can get married. I doubt the game's that advanced. And we can pretend. Oh, why are you so set on this? Go explore. I'm going my own way. His character strides away with the standard walk animation, but it feels like he's sulking. I head down to the docks and obtain a fishing rod. From then on, I fish the day away. I have all 15 minutes or so of peace before the couch rocks. We can! It's possible to marry another player character. I thought you were meeting the locals. I have, and while I was in City Hall, I looked at a player marriage. Well, that's a neat gimmick. I should polish my homestead so I'm a more eligible bachelor. Oh, you're really committed to combining our plots, huh? Of course, we could split the work and share the joys and sorrows of growing our farm together. He's so excited that I almost say yes. Well, I can't agree so easily. You haven't whined or dined me at all. Part of my discourtesy. I'll fix that right away. Every NPC at the village has a 10-hour character arc where you grow close to them. But I don't have a set tale to tell. If you're intent on marrying me, then you'll have to come up with one. Those are the rules. Yeah, we had a big dick. Egan rests his controller in his lap and taps his chin. I'll think of something. Actually, I can't lose you to an NPC. And thus begins Egan's consistent efforts to forge a relationship between the two of us in game. He sends a letter every morning with some corny and endearing recap of how he spent the previous day. Each letter has an attachment, usually it's a meal or a bundle of materials I needed. We spent all of spring assisting each other on our farms and setting out for either a day's worth of fishing, mining, or harvesting. We share our goals for this season. I get a chicken coop up before the first day of fall thanks to Egan's help. So you're the reason I put this up so fast, you get to name my first chicken. The name Cheapy seems adequate. I expect you to pick such a cute name. Cheapy's a cute chicken. They deserve a cute name. Cheapy, aw. We grow fall crops in massive quantities and focus on refining them into profitable materials. How many hours are they playing this game? As there are limited winter crops, we'll need enough finances to catapult ourselves into a productive spring. During our adventures, Egan tells me about his character's backstory, which is hardly any different from his actual self. He decorates a farm with rocks, sand, and broad leafy plants, while I match my farm to my preferences. Does Ornithot have a lot of sand? Sand is the closest equivalent that this game has. Our plant surface is predominantly made of shale. In the middle of fall, Egan sends a letter asking me out to the fall festival. I feel this nervous gaze glancing over to me as I read the note. Feel this writer has shared thoughts that they've translated to these scenarios. Feels really familiar as someone who's walked around the house talking to yourself. Probably. Do you want me to mail you my answer or tell you now? Please tell me now. That way I could prepare the appropriate garb. Assuming I say yes. He gasped. I'm kidding. Of course I'll go with you. Yes! He swirls his character in several circles on screen. I must collect as much information on what the festival entails from the villagers as I can. He's so giddy about that my heart thumps. I visit the clothing shop and buy an outfit specially for the festival. 4 days later, the day of the festival arrives and we attend together. The attention to detail is fantastic. He and I both interact with the locals during the event, as well as one another. I have more fun than I ever had attending the festival with his added commentary amidst our antics. He's like a puppy, yeah, he's a little puppy alien. When the time comes to release colored lanterns across the water in the evening, I stick around with them until the sprites of the lanterns drift out of sight. It's a beautiful ceremony thanks to the orange glow of the lanterns, the gentle ebb and flow of the water, and colored leaves floating through the air like fireflies. He walks me home and waves goodbye. My heart sinks for the first time as I watch his little character trek back to his home. I forget my cattle outside during a nasty thunderstorm at the end of fall, but he gets long herded them inside the barn by the time I arrive back at my farmstead. From then on, I'm hooked on doing everything I can and game with him. He spends the first 2 days of winter bedridden from a cold he caught during a storm. I visit his farm, finish his chores, and deliver a winter stew, hoping he'll feel better. Aaron, little Egan is dying. He won't die, I'm nursing him. Being sick for 2 days is so bad, since little Egan spent a lot of time with you. I was waiting for my threaded seeds to finish processing their machines anyway. Can't you tell a sick man that you wanted to see him? Although my cheeks heat, I won't humor him any further. Thankfully, he gets healthy on the 3rd day of winter. From then on, winter's full of mining. In between that, we have fun in the snow, we make snowmen and have snowball fights. Oh boy. Ah, my boogies. At the Winter Festival, we make ice sculptures and skate around the ice rink. During the fireworks of the Summer Festival, Egan proposes. Our plots are combined by spring of our 2nd year. We adopt a dog and a cat. Seasons drift by and our characters visibly age. Eventually, the upkeep of our entire farm is automated. We use the time to fish and complete the town museum with rare collectibles. Once that's finished, the town revitalization project's complete. There's a massive celebration, then the credits roll, along with the names scrolling by our various screen caps of things Egan and I did in the game. How the fuck did you speedrun Stardew Valley in a whole fucking day? I call hacks. He sets his controller aside and rests his head on my shoulder. I shut off the console and the television. I enjoyed that. What was that game called? Seasonal Grove. Then I shall procure a copy of my own. I'm sure the developers would positively glow from your endorsement. You know, watching those credits, I finally realized why I felt so envious of Lil Egan. Where is he going with this? Isn't he about to ask me to marry him? He isn't about to ask me to marry him again, is he? God, I can't read. Would it be too presumptuous to request that we take a photo together? We could, but I'm not picture ready. You'll have to give me some time. So you already look perfect to me. All you need is a smile. Ah, wait! He hits a button on his watch and a chime goes off. I figure it digitized above the screen of his watch, but it doesn't. I wasn't ready. Let me see that photo. Egan shifts his arm out of the way. I flop on top of him in a mad dash to grab his watch. He lets out a puff of air. He gazes at the photo with such a fond expression that my heart stutters. Aww. Let me see that. You aren't allowed to have any more cryptid photos of me. But I love those photos. My face flames as his earlier enraptured gaze comes to mind. Mischief has replaced it, but he's sincere. Not even my mother could love those photos. Give it here. The photo we took projects from his watch. It's beautiful. My surprised smile, the way I look at him, reveals more than I meant to let slip out. See? It's great. I'll print it for my office. I didn't know your watch could take photos. It could do plenty of things. I have photos of Ornthon. Would you like to see them? Can I? I want to see some pics. You can, but you have to come closer. The screen's small. I press in against his chest, and he tucks me against his shoulder as he pulls up the photos. Ah, I see what he did there. This is from when I... get to cuddle up while looking at photos. Before I know it, the day's gone by. Once again, I've enjoyed my time with Egan enough that I lost track of time. The glow of the moonlight coming in from the windows holds the darkness of the living room at bay. Egan's comfortable on the couch under the blanket we're sharing. Comfortable rhythms of his breaths and the gentle heat of his skin are both soothing that I'm afraid to call out to him. I don't want to break this tranquility. He must have hundreds of tasks that need his attention, yet I don't want to send him away. Wonder if this is how Lynn felt while our schedules didn't match while she attended school and I worked. No, it's not the same. I've only known Egan for 2 days. I shouldn't be this attached to him. Most normal people don't do that. Yeah, normal people wouldn't have an alien invader try to romance them in the first place. Seems like you're thinking about a lot. Oh, I guess. You were a lot closer before. What happened? I smartened up because I'm getting attached to you. I can't exactly say that. There must be a more delicate way, especially since I'll remain on Earth. I shouldn't send the mixed signals. I get too hot, don't mind me. Are you still hot? A little. Then would you come over? I'm freezing. You are? Wait here, I'll adjust the thermostat. I push off the couch, but I'm tugged backwards. I fall onto something worn and solid. Egan's beneath me, his arms enclose around me over the blanket. This will suffice. He's hotter than me, almost feverishly so. I thought you said you were cold? I was. Your warming effect was instantaneous. He doesn't expect me to believe that, right? There's no way he was cold, which means he pulled me over here because... I wonder what you're thinking. Unfortunately, I discovered some time ago that telepathy is a miserable talent to have. Have you been reading my mind these past few days? No, I had to seal away all our technology to allow such things. I'm curious because your expression's so serious. Well, don't be. I was wondering if you had a good day is all. I did. It was fantastic. Once I overcame my unease. Now, what were you really thinking about? That was all. I see that I shall believe you. Once is a fluke, twice is the truth. Such an odd phrase. I suppose it is, but it's a personal philosophy I've followed all my life. As I'm doing well, there's no need to change it. His hand strokes my lower back. Say, what do you think you'll do after you leave this planet? Miss you. Hey, serious answers only. We've known each other for 2 days. It could have been 2 minutes and I'd say the same. If I recall, I did as much following our first duel. Whatever you ate that made you so weird you ought to avoid it from now on. He laughs, but it doesn't last as long as usual. His crimson eyes dull. When I leave, I need to secure the throne. Aren't you going to go home? I haven't been home in so long that I may accidentally conquer it without knowing it's Ornthon. Are you serious? If I want to go home, I have to win. Otherwise, my parents will send me out again. My heart aches. Why do you look so troubled? You just evolved something unbelievably sad. Sad little boy. I will get the boogies out eventually. Is sad the term for it? When I originally departed, I was furious. Who wouldn't be? How old were you when he tossed you out in the vastness of space? I won't say. I think you'll look sadder, and I prefer to see you smile. His palm comes up and caresses my cheek. Goosebumps travel down my arms. Don't be sad. It's the first law I'll change once I'm ruler of Orthon. If you have something important to do, you shouldn't be hanging around with me. I'm nobody. I'd appreciate if you didn't speak ill of my favorite person. I'm quite smitten with them, so who knows how I'll react when you keep it up. If you keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Come on, enough. You can't mean that. Who made that rule? Why can't I? Because we hardly know each other? It's been 2 days. Then if I place you in cryostasis and wait several years, would your opinion differ? What did you just say? I think I heard something incredibly unethical. His thumb passes over my cheek. If you'd like a serious answer, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm fond of you. I want to embrace this feeling that I've never felt before. You're needing, and I have a life here. Lynn's here. I need her as much as she needs me. You and we're going to part ways. But is that enough to keep wondering for the rest of your life? My handshake. I'll wonder about you if I don't at least try. I'll wonder so much that I may subconsciously pilot my ship back here. Faced with the longing, the pain of parting, for me is but a momentary wound. My heart races. There's nowhere else to look except at Egan. He'd know what that longing is like, since he wants to return to Orthon so much. I've lost count of how many times he's shown me his heart in the time we've known one another. He's lovely. I'm sure a bright future awaits him where he rests on the Orthon throne, the very place he's been longing for since he was cast out from it. Which is why I should firmly reject him. That way there's nothing left in the vastness of space to distract him from home. I open my mouth, but my lips quiver. I've told so many people over the years. Hell, I've dealt with Andele and Nabo this morning. Compared to that, this should be child's play, and yet... Egan's soft lips kiss my forehead. You don't have to answer. I'm selfish in ways you haven't yet seen, so it's better if you don't. But... He squished me closer. I mean it. Don't say anything. My fists clench as I drop my head against his chest. You're terrible. How can you say everything you want to, but I can't? Because you have to play with my heart a little to save this planet. My head snaps up. Egan smiles as radiant as the first day I saw it. This is the danger of relaxing. I told you many things I haven't spoke of in ages. My apologies for that. Let's head up for today's evaluation. He releases me and moves off the couch. His retreating back is regal and broad. It's meant to carry all of Orthon. The soft click of the door separates us. For a while, I sit on the sofa staring off into nothing. And no matter how much blanket I bundle myself in, the cold persists. Like, oh no, you can't be together forever. Which means you have to try to be together five-ever. Oh no. By the time I wander outside, the only ones left to greet me are handsome alien A and B. Good evening to you two. You look miserable, Earthian. Hey, thanks. Do I? Think about how you'd feel coming here each night to be graded. Orthonians are constantly evaluated. Strange just that you don't have that constant here. I feel exhausted hearing that. Please just beat me up. I'm tired. Like yesterday, Andele, Nabo, Egan, and Lynn will wait me inside the spaceship. Yes, there you are. She bounces over with Andele in tow. I explored the entire ship today, can you believe it? I saw so much cool stuff, Andele showed me everything. He puffs up proudly. That's fantastic. What happened to you? You look super pale. I'm just tired. She frowns but leaves me unaccosted. I promise we won't keep you long tonight. Ian approaches the familiar podium and hits various buttons. The screen materializes before me. Lim gasps and grasps my arm. She's vibrating with excitement. That's so cool! Andele, the announcement if you would. Today's amendment score for day 2 of 3 is... The numbers shuffle around with incredible speed. The inches are 0, second column 0, number 1 falls on in the final spot. I've achieved another score of 100. Yet, unlike yesterday, I feel a strange emptiness at the perfect score. 100! Oh my god, you're amazing, sis. Congrats! I'd like to thank you once again for a wonderful day. Could we? My apologies, but I cannot escort you home this evening. Pets me more than anything that could have happened at that moment. Actually, if Donde had vaporized me, I think I would have been kinder. Nabo approaches Egan and brings up what seems to be emails on his wristwatch. Now that you're focused again, I have several matters that require your attention. We'll head into my office. He takes several steps to Nabo, then glances back. Have a good night, Aaron. I'll see you tomorrow. We watch Egan until the interior doors of the spaceship cut him off from view. Sis, are you alright? Congratulations on surviving your second day, Earthian. Though you seem to have some grievances. Like what? She already said she's tired. Would you be if you were in her position? You make a valid point. Dealing with Egan on a daily basis is quite draining. A good evening to you both. I wish you a safe return to your boat. He beams us down. Lynn and I land on the sidewalk before our home and walk up to the front porch. Sis, are you really okay? You are your usual self. I'll be okay after some rest. I push inside our house. Lynn follows. Hey, don't walk away. I can tell something happened between you and Egan. I don't want to talk about it. Can you please leave me alone? Sure, anything you need, but know that I'm here for you, okay? Yeah, thanks. I disappear upstairs. Once I'm in the safety of my bedroom, I slump before the door and draw my knees against my chest. My heart feels unbearably heavy. We had so much fun today, and yet here we are. Is this really the right order of things? Egan must have known what I wanted to say. Hell, I know what I wanted to say, and yet I couldn't. I must be the biggest idiot on this planet. My goal is to hang out with Egan sincerely enough that Earth is safe from his conquest. I shouldn't get distracted by anything else. No, I won't. Tomorrow I'll be over these silly feelings. Need to get over it like I've gotten over so many other things. But my chest hurts all the same. Aww. Next day. The house is completely silent as I stepped into the living room the following morning. Stark contrast to yesterday's hustle and bustle. Where's Egan? It's too boisterous for the house to be this silent if he's here. I find Lynn in the kitchen sipping coffee and typing away on her smartphone. Morning. She hopes an acknowledgement and vacates her seat. Have a seat. Want some coffee? Yes, a croissant too, please. Lynn brings my coffee over while my croissant heats up in the microwave. She sets jam, butter, and a knife before me. How are you feeling this morning? Better. I really needed rest. Well, I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. You're a lot earlier this morning. This is usually when I'm up. That's what I meant. I've got a yummy croissant a minute later. Rip off a piece and stuff it into my mouth. It's delicious, yet pales in comparison to the puff pastries Egan made the other day. Seems comparing things to my experience with them is already commonplace. Good thing I'm nipping this in the bud now. My sister settles back into her seat. She's texting someone. Thanks. You're welcome. I apply a thick layer of butter and grape jelly to my croissant, then chow down. It's a good, peaceful morning, especially as I've successfully killed my romantic feelings, you say. She lied as naturally as she breathed. Sorry, today I won't get swept away. I won't even think of Egan unless it's relevant. Whatever we had brewing between us is nothing in the face of my emotional discipline. It's so quiet this morning compared to yesterday. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Orthonians. Egan and I are meeting up today, aren't we? We have to. I think about it, he's always sought me out first. I never had to look for him. A few times we separated, he basically ran right into me. Lynn sets her phone down and turns to me. The Ear's wondering why you won't have a passionate fling with an alien prince. Any comments? A chunk of croissant catches in my throat. I scald my tongue on coffee just to keep from choking. It's not any of their business. Considering you saved the planet once and Egan's still trending? Yeah, people are making a pretty penny off it suddenly being their business. So typical internet, including you. Scouts honor, I've tried and failed. But you tried. That's the aboard bit there, and I believe scouts have more integrity than that. Wanna check it? Okay. Don't make that face. I really failed. The body cam you wore in the other day collected absolutely nothing. Think the electro Watson Nabo mentioned yesterday fried my tech the second you stepped outside. I grabbed my sister's cheeks and stretched them. I thought you gave that up, but you tried it, huh? I follow you, Trying still counts for something. Attempted murder has a valid charge in court. I release my sister. She rubs her reddened cheeks. Nothing's happened between Negan and I, and nothing's going to happen. Oh, I left you two alone together in the house all day, yet you kept it Eve for everyone? What was my sacrifice for? They don't have Wi-Fi on the mothership. Shame on you for thinking anything would happen in the first place. This won't do it all. I should have known the moment you walked in here looking like you'd eaten an unripe lemon. What kind of comparison is that? I'll do something. I'll be a failure of a matchmaker. I think I have a plan G. Time to call in favors. Oh, what'd you say? I said lucky for you. I have the perfect thing in mind for today. My sister flaunts a coupon. A group activity coupon? Sure is. An escape room specifically. I texted Egan about it, so he'll be here with the others shortly. Our doorbell rings and Lynn jumps out of her seat and sprints into the next room as if a package arrived. Brother-in-law, good morning. Ah, good morning to you too, Lynn. Oh, doesn't he usually greet her in return by calling her sister-in-law? What's going on? Wait, what am I thinking? I should be happy. They were both too shameless before. I wander into the entryway and join them. Jeez, brother, you're teasing me as much as my sister is this morning. I didn't mean to tease you. Egan's gaze meets mine, following a polite smile. He gestures to Nabo and Andale. I've brought these two as instructed. We're ready to escape a room together. Will it be this one? If so, then I'll head back to the ship now. Come on, Andy. I wouldn't disappoint you like that. Andy, how close did the two of them get yesterday? He clears his throat and folds his arm. You have time to impress me yet. Lead the way. Lynn faces me and I jolt. She was the center of attention, but now it's me. We'll walk over to the location together once my sister's ready to go. I'm ready. Let me grab my wallet. No need. We get it free with the coupon. What if we want to eat somewhere once we're done? I have earthy currency if the need for it arises. That's okay. I won't want you to pay for Lynn and I. One moment while I loops her armor through mine and Egan's. I've sorted it out already, so let me worry about it. Let's go. Wait, Lynn. She skips out the door, dragging both of us along. By the time we make it downtown... yes, the closed shoe store. Lynn slipped away from Egan and me. She's ahead of us chatting with Andale and Nabo. They seem to be having a good time based on all the laughter and hand gesturing. I noticed it before, but your sister has an envious resonance with others. Andale and Nabo are unreasonably difficult to engage, yet she's managed it. It's one of her strengths. She's always been a social butterfly. Of the two of us, I'm gloomier. You gloomy? You've been exceptionally energetic with me. I've only been like this since you arrived. Don't be deceived. That makes me feel special, considering this is my first attempt at being romantically involved. You're too much of a natural for that to be true. A natural at what? I wave up and down to indicate all of them. I'm unfamiliar with that gesture. Please elaborate. You seem well-versed is what I mean. You know, like you've dated before. Does sincerity translate as experience on Earth? Anyway, let's change topics. Did Lynn tell you anything about the escape room? She explained how it works. I've never done one, but I've seen a few videos on them. Then this is another first we'll share. A loud bike bell chimes behind us, but I hear it a moment too late. Egan tugs me out of the way as the biker zooms past us without stopping. Hey, it's illegal to It's illegal to ride on the sidewalk. What a jerk. They were quite rude. The least they could do was slow down while signaling they'd like to pass. Are you okay? Yeah, thanks to you. We're as close as we were on the couch last evening. We've arrived! I stepped back hearing Lynn's announcement and headed inside with the others. As Lynn registers our group with her coupon, I waved the others to the lobby. 10 minutes later, when we still haven't been transferred to a room, Andale joins Lynn at the front desk. 10 more minutes will go by till Nabo joins there. I glance at Lynn, but she and Andale are speaking with the front desk clerk. Nabo looms over all three of them. Seems there's an issue. You think so too? Shall we check on them? I nod and we join the rest of the group. Hey, what's going on? Has something happened? I thought I could sort it out, but it looks like I can't. What's wrong? The two groups who booked ahead of your party have gone over their time limit. As they're of certain claim, our manager can't end their session. What? Who is it? I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to say due to guest confidentiality. How long will it be before it's our turn? I don't know, since they're filming their attempt too. But someone should step in to stop them if they're affecting our guests. If it's affecting other guests. Blah, blah, blah. Carried. I'm with you, miss. Unfortunately, I can't do anything more. My manager's already with them. And they're still having a tough time? What kind of guest from hell came here? Shall we come back in an hour? I suggested as much, but she couldn't promise they'd be done by that time either. Is there anything you could do about this? Well, we have two smaller experiences that are currently unoccupied. Then why don't we just take those? I'd be happy to let you in, but they have a capacity limit. 3 and 2, respectively. Uh-oh. My nose! But we have a party of 5? The clerk nods. I understand your frustration, but that's the only solution I can suggest at the moment. I really want to do this. Gosh, what should we do? Must we remain a group for this activity? Why not break into 2 groups? Can we really? It's either that or wait an undefined amount of time. Okay, then why don't we do that? Lynn and I can... Indian Nabs, let's challenge a room together. Lynn links arms with Andale and Nabo while I'm speaking. Unlike my sister, I haven't had a chance to duel either of you. Nabo tugs his arm free from Lynn. Don't expect to win. And don't expect me to go down without a fight. Wait, escape rooms are collaborative. Your trio can enter the 3rd door on the right. Thanks, bye, sis. Hey, Lynn! She flees. Only dust remains where she stood with Andale and Nabo. A little troublemaker. Egan chuckles beside me. I'm sorry, it was supposed to be a group activity, but it looks like we're partners now, Egan. Seems we are. I'll speak to Lynn after this is done, I promise. And she'll be lucky if she has any hair on her head afterwards. Don't. There's nobody I'd be happier trapped in a room with than you. Ah, there he goes again. So you understand the purpose of an escape room is to escape. We can do that too after enough time has passed. You're teasing me, aren't you? If you notice, then reciprocate. Go on, I'm ready for it. Save my brain power for the escape room, thank you. Your teasing must be incredibly sincere if you must think that deeply before responding. Let's just go. Which direction should we head in? For that, please sign the waiver. She passes Egan and me a pen and we each sign. Perfect, thank you very much. The clerk points to the left. It'll be the 2nd floor on the left there. The room attendant will be inside. Thank you for your kindness. The vibrant colors and glinting fake gold of our escape room are a drastic change from the lobby we waited in. Wow, it's certainly something in here. It's briefly fascinating, but it's duller in here than it is in my treasury. What's so sparkly here that my eyes hurt from all the fake heaps of gold? Egan points to the walls. Look, they aren't made of gold like mine are. Clearly they ran out of material. Is that what you're using all the materials you've harvested for? Wasn't my decision. My council outvoted me while building my tribute. That must have been tough. It was. I just barely convinced them to store the golden statue they made of me in the treasury. They loved it so much that nobody believed it when I told them it was talking to me at night. Wait, what? You nod sagely. Or Don Adelaide stashed a voice recording inside that spew curses every night, hoping it'd affect my luck. Adelaide, why is it always Adelaide? Welcome, beautiful, wonderful adventurers. Our room's host spins into view with an obnoxiously gaudy garb. You picked a fine, excellent, positively stellar day to escape. Is this guy seriously doing his own echo sound effects? Tell me, are you ready to hunt for the Pharaoh's treasure? Escape before its curse consumes you. If you don't escape this room in time, you'll suffer a million years of bad luck. Observed! Although I doubt that'll put a dent in mine. He can taps his chin. That absolves me, but Aaron, you may be in danger. I cannot allow that. Please don't take what he's saying seriously. He's giving us this room setting. Illness and death are all to await those who dare disturb the great Pharaoh's tomb. But you could stand to be a little less into this, whatever they're paying. I doubt that's enough. My nose. Okay, I think I finally got it. Like, my left nostril is just, like, completely blocked. Yippee. That sounds like a dreadful curse, indeed. Yet it's a befitting fate for grave robbers. But traveler, you are today's ill-fated robbers. Egan grasped my hand. Aaron, I was not aware Lynn had sent us to our doom, nor that we would partake in grave robbing. He's joking, this is just a game. Oh, I assure you this is real, adventurers. His Majesty awaits. You have already passed the threshold. There's no turning back. Goodbye. Then can I at least turn down your volume? You have picked a horrible, terrible, no good day to disturb the mighty Pharaoh. And so your trial begins. You have 60 minutes to escape. No more, no less. Our host strikes a pose identical to the sarcophagus on the right and vanishes with a horrid whoosh and a powerful gust of air. Wow, he's committed to the bit till the end. How do you even do that? A deafening crack of lightning shakes our room. The lights dim. Ah, what the hell? Who dares disturb my tomb? Ah, 2 more wretched, starry-eyed fools who seek their own destruction. You will not last, just as the previous idiots didn't. But I admire your foolish courage, so I shall give you both the chance to escape. Every 10 minutes you'll receive another curse. If you attain all 6 curses before you're able to escape, well, I won't spoil my fun by telling you. Ha 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 ha, ha. The voice vanishes. I realize that I'm clinging to Egan. Sorry, I'm bad without noises. You can stay as long as you wish. I think we've intruded upon a dangerous individual. Again, this is a game, Egan. Nothing bad will happen if we fail to solve all the puzzles to get out. Hell, if we knock on the door right now, fret not, I will vanquish our foe. I shall solve these puzzles. It'll ruin the sarcophagus family name if I fail here. This last name, I have no hope of repeating it. Me neither, girl. I cannot bring shame to my family's prestige, nor will I fail the woman I adore. When you're done with your soapbox. Interesting declaration, however, you must survive my trials first. The floor rumbles beneath us and splits into a gaping black pit. Huh? What? Wait a second. I plummet through the floor and scream. Egan twists through the air and tugs me into his arms. We fall with concerning velocity. Egan lands on his feet with a neat tap, whereas I absolutely would have eaten dirt. Surrounding us is a secure prison filled with cobwebs and skeletons. Not the first pit trap I've fallen into, nor the deadliest. Yet it was effective. Did they actually jump us to the floor? What kind of dangerous escape room is this? I thought we signed up for a game! Why are we on a Hollywood movie set? As I shared, we've infringed on a dangerous individual. At a glance, this prison has no obvious weaknesses. He sets me down. I shall search for a way out. Wait. I grab Egan's hand. I'm coming with you. This room needs 2 people, so I'm sure we'll have to solve the puzzles together. Together, aren't we competing? If we were, why did you let me fall? How could I stand aside when the woman I adore is in danger? Oh, why'd I even ask? Escape rooms are collaborative. We can't escape if we don't work together. So you take a look at that side, I'll look over here. Good? Good. You and I depart for our respective halves of the room. I should look for anything that catches my eye in this massive dungeon. Oh, Lynn, just wait until I see you again. What should I investigate first? Ceiling? No, I doubt anyone ever looks up at the games. What if they hid something on the ceiling? I scrutinized the ceiling for anything I could use. A tiny square of paper is tucked in one of the corners, but I can't reach it on my own. You can come here, I need a lift. Socks over the lifts be high enough that I could reach the square paper. Got it. The paper is just as big as the palm of my hand. It smells faintly of lemons. Is there anything written on it? I scanned the page, but it's blank. Fortunately, it's blank. Really, after all that effort? Darn, just when I thought we were making progress. Back to the drawing board, then. Let me see, Floor? I wander across the dungeon, stepping on every possible stone. The 8th tile I step on sinks beneath my feet. Ugh! I flail to keep my balance. Are you okay? I'm fine. I think I found a floor tile for one of the puzzles. Did you find which of yours is correct? Huh? What do you mean? Instead of answering, Egan jumps across the various stone squares on his side of the room. Each one he leaps on sinks into the floor. Oh, no. If he has 4 on his side, then that means... I jump across my stone to uncover 3 more tiles that sink into the floor. Darn it! I think it's decided if you yet to uncover which order we should step on them in. Yeah, you can. Great, things are just got more difficult. Whatever, I'll sort this out after I finish looking around. How you doing, buddy? My mind's fried. I decided to check on Egan. How's it going over there? Find anything? Nothing that'll get us out of this room, but I did acquire these after rooting through some cobwebs. You'd answer me 2 massive blocks of fake plastic wood. Nice find! I'm sure these will be useful. Glad I could help. Let's get back to work. Flashlight. Lit flashlight on the floor draws my attention most. I remember that when I remember then that I have the note Egan helped me retrieve. It smelled like lamb and maybe it'll reveal something if I illuminate with the flashlight. I hold the square of the light and lo and behold, text appears. Magic. Egan, come, there's text on this. I rush over and leans over my shoulder. The paper reads, there are 4 crucial questions that point to all the wisdom in the world. But just as gold coins are no use once you've paid the ferryman, wisdom must be shared. Where do birds instinctively fly? The answer must be south. Try to catch the sunset in this direction, it will only pass you by. Answer must be east. Place most famous for winter? Answer must be north. Double will strive, welcome, how you doing? From whence came the fine gentleman with the fancy hat? By process of elimination, the answer must be west. Well, they were riddles, but not very good ones at that. I enjoyed myself. Thank God that all the riddles share one thing in common, and that's... direction. I think all these riddles have their answer category in common. Each answer was a direction. The challenge now lies in where we use this information. Think these riddles are linked to the 4 floor tiles we couldn't decipher earlier? That's a possibility. Let's try pressing them again when we get a chance. Floor. Yeah, let's try pressing the floor tiles again. Let's. What order would you like to try them in? North-south? Observed. He steps on his north tile while I step on my south tile. Nothing happens. Whoa, we're way off base somewhere. Perhaps there's another component to this? Such as? We don't know for sure that these tiles are laid out as north, east, south, west. We're merely assuming that they are. True. Has a point. Where else can we get a hint of this room? Let's take another look around, shall we? Braziers? You can point to the braziers on the wall. Aaron, if you still have that wood I gave you, why not put a piece in each receptacle? I toss one block to Egan as we approach a brazier and place a hunk of wood inside. Wait. As I'm stepping away, Egan calls me. As we no longer require that note, why not tear the sheet in half? Perhaps we could add it as kindling. That's a great idea. I tear the paper, we step one strip inside each brazier. Well, that's done, what's next? Let's take another look around the room. Alright, to the wall! We've solved enough of the room that something's changed with the wall. Could you please push the button on the wall? Again. Didn't. For you, anything. Eek again, no more catching me off guard. Push our buttons at the same time and a push sound behind us from the blazers. Fake fires ignite them, scaring the materials we added from view. Nice, we solved another puzzle. Excellent work. Perhaps something else in the room works now? Aaron, look closer at the blazers, there's letters. Hey, it's right. In the shadows of each flame are 4 blocks. On Egan's side, the tiles read EWWE. Blocks my side read NSNS. I think we finally got the correct pattern for the 4 blocks. We need to try them. Like, what if I fail, though? Now we got the correct patterns on our floor blocks, I race over to mine. One glance at me is enough to tell Egan what we're doing. I suggest we press them in the order the riddles were presented in. I could do that. Let me get it wrong. Nothing happens. Oh no, did I get it wrong? I'm down, let's try again. Like, what if I just keep messing up and then I run out of time? Like, might take a while, though. But there might be a bad ending or something, so that's why I'm like, let me just keep getting it wrong. Nothing's happening still. Okay. The door to the escape room clicks open. A man so exhausted his eye bag shuffles in. Time's up. Please come out. There we go. What if yes, the best of Pharaoh? You have other guests who booked this room arriving 10 minutes. Are you going to let us reset the room? Or are you going to ruin my day further, as implied in his deadpan stare? No, sir, we're exiting now. This is not over. I must vanquish our foe, or I will never rest again. You barely rest anyway, so leave it alone. Ian hoists me onto his shoulder and rushes deep inside the escape room set. Pharaoh, we request another duel. You get stubborn as you became that kind of guest, being a social pariah and stuff, but it's fun to wear a bag on your head. Alright, now we'll take it seriously. It was this one. The door to our prison rattles and slowly lifts open. We did it! Egan, we did it! I rush him, raising my hand for high five, but he lifts me into an embrace instead. That we did! Fantastic work! Fantastic work yourself. I can't believe you've never done anything collaborative before. That was amazing. After a squeeze, he sets me down. I'd love to celebrate further, but we've still got that time limit. Oops, right quick, let's get out of here. We emerge into a damp cave. The entrance behind us seals, but neither Egan nor myself move to stop it. After all, there's no exit out that way, so there's no sense of going back. Unlike the previous room, there's no obvious exits in this cave. Looks like it'll be more difficult to find a way out this time. Seems we aren't out of the woods yet, but this is a cave? Metaphor meaning we're still lost and things could take a turn at any time. What here? I see. Fret not. We have surpassed our previous challenges. I have complete faith in us to overcome this room as well. You know, I'd be terrified if you weren't here with me. I definitely would have clamped up in the previous room. You're the bravest Earthian I've ever known. That remains true whether or not you panic. You forget that I hid behind a plant when I met you? That plant was a lovely shade of green. It accentuated how rosy your cheeks are. Ahem. Let's get to work and see what we can find. Certainly, it's unromantic to court you in this dang cave. I turn away from being feeling slightly breathless. Need to focus. Alright. There's a backpack. There's a convenient backpack for out on the cave floor. I search inside. There's 3 items in it. Crowbar, water, rope. This will be imperative in solving this room. Yeah, let's see where we could use them. Ooh, what's here? I walk along the water until I reach the mouth of the pond. There's a boulder clogging the pool, but it has a lip I could hook something onto. I took out my crowbar and tuck it into the nook. It fits beautifully. With one deft crank, the boulder lifts. It's a fake rock without any real weight, and there's a hinge that moves the entire contraption. All the water in the pond disappears into the drain beneath the rock. I don't see anything on my side of the pond despite the effort. Bummer. Aaron, there's a bundle of red candles over on this end of the pond. I race over to Egan. He passes me the bundle he retrieved, but it's definitely not candles. This is actually dynamite. Have you never seen it before? I have not. What is its purpose? To explode when used correctly. Interesting, so now we can blow something up? Oh yeah, we're absolutely blowing something up. I scanned the cave floor for anything useful aside from the backpack. I find a small narrow hole on the left side of the cave with something glinting inside it. The object floats on whatever little water is inside the hole. Wait, if the object only needs a little more water, I have something with me that can do that. I pull out the bottle of water I found in the backpack and pour some into the hole. The object I want floats to the surface. Turns out it's a box of waterproof matches. Fantastic! I think I know where I could use them too. Get a campfire. With the matches in hand, I return to the campfire. Egan kneels beside it. I pass him the matches and he tugs out one out of the damn box. They're fake. These match heads are made of rubber and the wood's plastic. Makes sense. I doubt they want anyone to burn down their set. Ugh, bless me. Egan makes a striking notion and drops the match in the old campfire. Following an ignition sound, fog bellows up from the campfire like fake smoke and travels southeast toward the cave walls. As that's slightly illuminating the airflow towards the exit, we ought to follow and see what's been revealed. Let's. Yep. I wandered to the very edge of the cave. While there's clearly another side across from me, I can't reach it as there's no bridge across the gap. However, there's a stack of wooden planks on the other side and a lever to the left of them. As I don't see any clear signs of rust, perhaps pulling that lever will create a bridge? Well, it looks like a switch is on the other side of the well. The switch is the box with the handle affixed to the top. 2 wires trail away from the box, but they disappear into a crack in the rock. Based on all that, it's crucial Egan and I get over there as soon as we can. I have an idea. Would you pass me that rope you found earlier? I hand it to Egan. He ties a lasso, tosses the loop over the lever, and yanks it down. Nice throw. A rumble fills the air as the stack of wooden planks moves. It latches into a secure bridge over the gap. Guess it wasn't all wood to begin with. It was just hard to see from this distance. Thanks, Egan. We can get to the other side now. Egan and I crossed the other side of the cave. The box I saw from afar turns out to be a plunger, which means we get to blow something up as a solution to the puzzle. Considering how fancy this escape room's been so far, I'm excited. I haven't blown anything up since Lynn and I last played with fireworks in our childhood. If there's a plunger, then there must be dynamite, and if there's dynamite, then there's somewhere to place it. Time to look around again. Didn't I get dynamite, though? I got dynamite, though. Yeah, it's like pressure in there. I slot the dynamite in the wall and it snaps into place. Okay. There's one less mystery to solve. If you and I blow this up now, we can finally leave. Okay. Just want to make sure. Now that the dynamite is placed, all I have to do is slam the switch down. Okay, that's what I needed to do. I needed to place it. I glance at Egan and he nods. We each grab one side of the plunger's bar and pull up. Ready? Ready! We push out at the same time and a massive explosion rocks the room. I cough at the spray of dust that drifts over while Egan waves dust away from his face. The rock wall on the other side collapsed into a slope towards the surface. We can leave now! Let's hurry. We must get out of here before we're consumed by the Pharaoh's curse. At last, Egan and I returned to the Pharaoh's tomb where our escape room started. Has it been 60 minutes or did we make it out in time? I'm not sure, but I think we have. Now that we've returned, I believe we're supposed to rob the Pharaoh. I think so, but what if they're trapped in this room and let us back down? Hope the room assistant won't do that considering how much effort it took us to escape, but you never know. No matter what, we need to open that tomb to escape. I'll approach, so stay behind me. No, we come this far as a team. I don't want to split up now. We approach the sarcophagus with bated breath. With every step, my palms grow sweatier. I swallow to keep my throat from drying out. Our palms brush the sarcophagus and the sound of lightning cracks through the room. So you've returned, you fools, not only for your salvation, but for my riches as well. And you managed to make it out before the time limit. We have surpassed 2 of my trials, but 1 remains. Did you think it was over, that I, the mighty Pharaoh, would succumb to mere thieves? This may be my sacred tomb, but soon it shall be decorated with your bones. A giant sarcophagus comes to life before us with evil glowing eyes and massive shadowy hands. Is that the Pokemon? Its enormous body obscures the entire ceiling as it towers over us. Death to all defilers, ruin to all desecrators. Without knowledge, you two shall not escape me. Only knowledge can defeat me. Answer my questions 4, or thou shall be no more. Aaron, we've got this. I'm not entirely sure what we're doing, but sure, let's go. You fools, tell me what the true translation of the title Pharaoh is. Oh no, is this trivia? How did they expect people who attend to just know this stuff? Panic not, Aaron, you have me. Answer. Divine ruler? The conviction in your voice is admirable. Such a pity your answer is incorrect. Tell me how you should address me, the mighty Pharaoh. Sire? That's like a foolish thief to be so wrong. Not yet over. I shall vanquish you criminals yet. Look upon me, am I not divine? Aegon's the most divine. That would be the case if Aegon weren't already here. He's supposed to be completely red. Aaron, you. Wretched miscreants. I could not be buried with my queen, yet you dare act enamored with each other in my presence. I'll curse you into the next dimension. I have already been. Your threats can't dissuade me. He's pretty salty. Whoever the queen was, I guess he loved her more. Seems my move was a bad play, though I think Egan loved it. Last question. You dare fight back? You dare question the mighty Pharaoh? I have all the authority here. You small-minded fools don't even know what that's called. Tyranny. Unfair system has no other name than tyranny. And thus you fall as every thief before you has. I walk a fine line, but haven't crossed into the realm of tyranny. I knew it. This is as far as you two will go. My curse shall take you, and you have not a soul to blame but yourselves. The Pharaoh puffs up and exhales. The decor of the room is swept up in the gale, and so are Egan and I. Aaron! Our fingers touch, and then we're torn apart. I'm cast in endless darkness. I come to after a period of shaking. Sis, you're awake! Lynn, is that you? I'm lying on my back. I could have sworn we were in the escape room. Is this a hospital room? Nabo and Andale look deeply concerned in the corner. It is, you shouldn't wake up, but we just barely moved you here. Why, what happened? Don't freak out, but I think you've been cursed. Like, genuinely cursed. Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong after you came out of that room. I don't know what you experienced, but calm down, okay? Curses aren't real. Nothing in that escape room can harm us. I set up to comfort my sister, but the ceiling above me caves in and a bunch of water soaks my bed. Ew, what the? I narrowly avoid the splash, and it's all because Aiden tucked me into his arms. I already warned you, but you forgot already? Take this seriously. Your curse is no joke. This happened because I failed to protect her. I won't make that mistake again. Wait, if I'm actually cursed, then Aiden should be too right. We both dealt with the Pharaoh. That would be the case if he wasn't born under the Glintax star, a 1 in a trillion star anomaly that guarantees the luck of those fortunate enough to be born in it. What anomaly means is that he's cursed, but the curse burned out against his immense luck. My only misfortune is the fact that I couldn't protect you, but I promise to remedy that. I will banish your curse, you have my word. But then you can't go anywhere, right? Correct. His luck will balance out your misfortune. Though ridiculous, I still don't believe in this curse nonsense. Believe it, we struggled against it on our way here. I shift out of bed. The television affixed to the wall bursts free and whips through the air towards me, spinning sparks. Egg tucks me back and tucks me against him as the TV crashes into the very spot I stood. It splits up sparks and the curtains beside me catch fire. Put it out! Ing's guards arrive and douse the fire. Two more replace the curtains as Nabu prints a new TV from his wristwatch. Undley helps him hang it up. Oh no, it's real. I'm seriously cursed? Yes, quite. Fret not, I shall journey with you until we break your curse. I look forward to our epic across your Earthian planet. Wait, hold on. You did not want to go, but alas, heroism chooses you. Alright, now I'll take it seriously. Great house. Yeah, it's correct. Majesty. You are the most divine. Absolute monarchy. That unfair system has no other name than absolute monarchy. Correct, I am absolute. Gaze upon me. No, this cannot be. It cannot be. I've been vanquished by mere travelers. Ah, my gold, my splendor. No. A white cloud consumes the mighty pharaoh, and he shrinks rapidly within it until he's no more. As he disappears, the room brightens. I'm shocked that we actually defeated him. Egan and I, we beat our escape room. Begone, foe! Aaron and I are the true rulers of this tomb. Did we actually did it? Not yet. We must claim our prize. Takes my hand it is and shoves aside the lid on the sarcophagus. Two massive bags of golden gems surround a plastic mummy. One for each of us. I plug up mine and Naked collects his. Beneath his bag is a key. That must be for the door. Take it. I'll hold both our spoils. The key unlocks the door. Yippee. Oh, well. After so long in the escape room, it's a breath of fresh air to be back in the lounge. Goodness, we actually made it out. It's endearing how in awe you are. We're the ultimate team. This was the natural conclusion. That was a lot of fun. Good work. And you as well. Congratulations, adventurers. You successfully defeated the Pharaoh's escape room. And I see you found your rewards as well. Please keep them. His stolen gems and coveted wealth are now yours to share. Now that he's mentioned it, what's in these bags we took? Oh, mine up. The gold coins are actually chocolate, and the gems are different flavored hard candy. Oh yeah, thanks so much. After all, our efforts are counterfeit. You didn't expect actual gold, did you? We put our very lives at risk for artificial flavoring and sugar. Most people do. I have much left to learn about Earthians. If you have any allergies, please let me know. I'll happily adjust your price. Fortunately for me, disappointment is not an allergy. This brother! And calls to us from across the lobby. Runs over with Nabo and Andale. Let's check up. Oh, that was another big one. There you are. I've been deathly curious about your escape room. How'd it go? It's a lot to get into. We should head out first, and I'll tell you all about it on the way. Did you two also acquire candy upon your success? We would have if we had succeeded. Oh, wait, you three failed your room? Terribly. I never dreamed I'd bring such shame upon Orthon. It's less that we failed and more Andy and Nabo cheated until we got kicked out. We were allowed in with our Rubiquans. Logic suggests we should have been allowed to use them. Rubiquans? Egan indicates his wristwatch. That would be these. I laugh until my sides hurt. Oh, that's delightful. I wondered about that in our room, to be honest. Good thing we never tried it. Perhaps we need to hear about how things went on your end. My sister links arms with me as we stride towards the exit. Of course, it all started when Nab suggested that he... cheat. After everyone's filled in and before it gets too late, our group gathers on the mothership. I think it'd be lovely then to stay with a walk along the beach, so let's get the evaluation thing over with. How did Lynn end up leading this? It's just how she is. She's the type of her type of extrovert energy is impossible to win against. Andy, how do I bring down the panel? These buttons here. As the buttons chime and ping, I lean over to Ejim. They're getting along very well, huh? They seem closer than before. Right, got any gossip, Nabo? Ever the strong and silent type, he shrugs and shakes his head. A familiar screen finally descends. Can I do the honors too? You may. Today's amendment score for day 3 of 3 is... Egan steps away long enough to hit the appropriate buttons, number spin, turn on the screen. Got 0, 0, and number 1 falls on his final spot. Another 100! Excellent job, sis! Today I learned how magnificent working on as a team truly is. I'm used to delegation, so it was a stimulating experience. God, I can't read. What a wasteful formality. You had the same score all 3 days. Double Venoms, welcome, how you doing? I suppose I'm just that good? Everyone stiffens while Nabo smiles. It's the first time he's shown an emotion other than boredom. Nabs, that's illegal. Your appeal is off the charts when you smile. Wait, I made him laugh? Really? If we're done here, I suggest we eat. My last decent meal was breakfast and I'm feeling it. Aw, Nabs, don't be like that. Already am. But your smile barely lasted a second. Alright. Then I gave you a second... That I gave you a second is miracle enough. Will you smile again if we let you choose the restaurant? Yeah, stimulating simulation. No. Please, Nabs? Not you two. After group dinner at a nearby restaurant, my sister encourages our party to walk along our city's beach. Until Nabo and Lynn are ahead of us. Egan's walking slowly with me. To avoid getting sand in our shoes, Egan and I walk barefoot along the water. The beach sunset is a pink and orange marvel. The gentle ebb and flow of the water, this easy breeze, it's so picturesque that I feel I'm dreaming. I reach a sandier portion and stop to stare out over the waves. Hey, Rin. I stare beside me at Egan. While I have the chance, I wanted to thank you. These past 3 days have given me incomparable joy. It's been 3 days already? Yes, it has. Then our time together is... Egan nods wordlessly and stares at the sea. Thank you again. You've taught me much during my time here. Many were lessons that'll be pivotal should I reign. Come now, I don't think I have renewed purpose thanks to you, Aaron. I mean that. I never went home out of fear that I may never meet my parents' high expectations. I couldn't bear the idea of disappointing them. But even when I made a dreadful fool of myself or failed, your patience and kindness with me persisted. Seems so simple now. The realization that I need not be perfect. Others have always made up for what I lack and will continue to do so. After spending time on this planet, I leave with the conviction that working together not only yields superior results, but is also more fulfilling. But Adele and Nabo shared how much your fleet has done for you. Yes, however, my calls were always final. I micromanaged everything down to the most minute detail, and I never processed how stressful that was. As such, please accept my sincerest gratitude. He smiles so warmly that my breath stops. I won't forget you. It dawns on me that this is really it. The Orthonians leave tomorrow. No, Egan leaves tomorrow. Afterwards, it'll just be Lynn and me. No matter how many times I step outside or stare into the sky, I won't see Egan again. I have no hope of ever communicating with him once he returns to the vastness of space. Egan points towards the others. That's all I had to say. Shall we catch up with them? When I don't follow, he stares back at me. Aaron? So hard to breathe. I had so much fun today, but now I feel so heavy. Staring at him it's... On my next blink, Egan's blurry. Aaron, you... He steps forward and his hands come up. There's like a liquid pouring from your eyes? How do I make it stop? I'm gonna miss you so much. So damn much. Egan pauses. I swipe at my tears, but they keep coming. All the swelling and sniffling worsens it. Oh, why was I so stubborn? I thought I'd be less sad when this time came around if I get my distance in yet. Egan manifests a handkerchief from his wristwatch and dabs at my eyes with it. What do I do? I'm gonna miss you. I won't forget you either. He's losing the battle against my tears. Egan, I lose contact. I lose contact with you. We've already gotten so close. How could you just leave? How am I supposed to bear this? Then don't. I ask you to stay. You're home. His forehead rests against mine. It's in two places. Here with you and on Orthon. Tears pour down my cheeks. I can't think of a greater honor than being a confidant of yours until all the stars burn out. We'll stay in contact. There's numerous ways to do so. Don't you remember Greet Up? A laugh breaks my sobs. Not that disastrous app. That fortuitous app allowed us to meet, but if you'd rather not use it. He removes his god with 2 deft clicks. He gently lifts my left wrist and clicks the device into place over it. Hello, Miss Shenico. Welcome. Thank you for the 35 months. My goodness. Happy Santa Day. Merry Christmas. It's like, unfortunately, Steve was down, but you'll be getting something. Santa's gonna be visiting you soon. Let me just put it that way. How you doing? It's late. You should be sleeping. I built this Rubicon myself. It'll serve you well, and no matter what, I'll always be a call away should you speak it. He had several other buttons and walks me through the interface. There's a built-in distress signal as well. You'll have to press and hold the button here for 10 seconds, but I will come. However, keep in mind that if you hit that button, I'll be coming back to Conqueror for putting you in distress. No, EPs, you got work to do? Okay, fair. I ugly sniffle, yet he's never looked more smitten. I'm going to message you every day. Please do. It's seriously going to be so many messages that you'll flag me for spam. Why would I mistake your messages for canned meat? When I laughed that time, he grinned. Steam really doesn't want to work today at all. Yeah, I know. I'll hydrate. That one was on purpose. You know what I meant. I did, and on occasion have. But since you laugh every time, I keep chasing that high, as Earthians say. He's adorable. Oh, adorable that I link my arm around him and squeeze him in the closest embrace I can. He rests his face against the crook of my neck. For a long, warm moment, we linger there. Eventually, I ease back to collect myself. Egan gently kisses my forehead. A kaleidoscope of butterflies flutter in my stomach. Colored by the setting sun, the affectionate gesture banishes the heaviness in my heart. This moment I'll treasure it forever, especially now that I'm certain it's one of many more to come. Playgy was a success! Andy dabs the poppers. And I glance over at the trio when the firecrackers go off. Colored paper confetti rained out over Egan and I. This is the only time I'll root for your happiness, Egan. Woo! Success! Congrats. We didn't have to break out the emergency water guns either. Can you 3 go away? You're interrupting our moment. And he yanks the string on another popper and showers Egan and I in more confetti. Embarrassing you is my sworn duty. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me, Andale. There's only one proper way to do things now. I snatch a popper from Lynn and snap it open over Andale. He screams as he smothered in glitter and darts away. No, I specially made those poppers. I was going to glamorize Egan's quarters to an unbearable degree. Well, instead, it's your turn. Get a beacon. It's Team Aaron versus Team Lynn. Egan lunges into action and seizes all the remaining firecrackers before anyone else can react. He tosses me my share when I snap, which I snap up. He needs an emergency barber. Yeah. Noble meet you. Welcome. How you doing? Nabo secures one of the water guns and slides behind a rock for cover. Ah, mercy. Please, it'll never come off. I'll help you clean off. Nabo fires the water gun on delay, but each blast misses the heaping amounts of glitter on him. That was my mouth. You're doing that on purpose. Nabo! Gonna bury you in a vat of fish until your DNA changes. Yeah, grump. Quick, he's wide open. Got him! Enough! Ah, Lynn, help! But she cracks one open on him, too. Sorry, love you. The betrayal! I tend to do all our records you created. Stick of the books. The books! Alright, that was cute. Like, it was a nice, cute little game. It's like, I think there is more endings after the credits or something. So. But I knew I could get it all done in one stream, which was why I was like, yeah, I'll just slip this in here. And of course, tomorrow I'll do more Murder Hotel. It's like, we already know who died next, so we gotta just get the evidence. Wish there was a way to skip the credits. You know what? This game's free, so you know. It's like, what you can do is download the game yourself and see what endings I didn't get, or what dialogue choices I didn't choose. It's free, you can do it. I guess while this is rolling, let me see if I can find someone to raid. But no, I like the art. It was a cute little story. Very goofy. Alright, there we go. Thank you for playing. I slide an envelope into my boss's desk. What's this? I thought you clocked out already? I rest my hands on my lap as I stare at my boss. She's seated across from me behind her desk. My resignation letter. She takes a deep breath and flips the envelope between us face down. Miss Reeves, you've built a promising career here. Are you sure about this? I've never been sure of anything in my life. This a 2-week notice? It's a today notice. I won't be coming in starting tomorrow. See, you vanished from work for 3 days without a single phone call. I've been extremely lenient on you, and now this? With all due respect, things like this are why I'm quitting. You brought that up countless times in the past year and a half as an excuse to make me do overtime. Unless you live in a rock, you know I was busy saving the planet during those 3 days. Why I don't reciprocate your honesty today, and admit that I don't believe you, I never have. You're too old for make-believe, Miss Reeves. Aliens aren't real. Get your plate hooky, then I'll remove the demerits you received for those absences. Well, I must be an angel to have dealt with this lady as her personal secretary for the past 5 years. You're about the only person on this planet who refuses to believe me. Thankfully, we won't be troubling one another anymore since I'm quitting today. I need you finish out the week and trade your replacement. I appreciate what I've learned here, but today was my last day. As such, I won't be doing that. Besides, I've spent the past years settling everything that would have worried me during my travels. I vacate my seat and tilt my head just enough to be polite. Take care of yourself. She sits up in her seat, seemingly finally understanding I'm serious. Get back here, Reeves. I pivoted straight out the door. Hey, Reeves, this is extremely unprofessional. I exit the building and stand on the sidewalk downtown. The sun's bearing down on me, but there's an occasional cool breeze. I quit. I'm finally free from that atrociously named building. Goodbye, office job. Farewell, petty office politics, passive-aggressive emails, and all manner of people in positions that infuriatingly surpass our intelligence. I feel good today. Maybe I should get some ice cream before I set out for my trip. It's been a year and 6 months since the Orthodians departed. A lot has changed for me since then. Lynn and I own the house we used to rent. She initiated a buyout after her matchmaking business took off. Her work between Egan and I was the story of the century according to journalists and news outlets. As she limited the information she shared with them, everyone wanted the scoop. She vlogged about it online instead. Between that and covering drama in various communities, her streaming gig took off. Although she was doing well, I stressed that I'd still work, so we had a safety net. Since I said that, Lynn's whittled me down as she always does. She really hates my boss so much for me to tough it out at Lore Ipsum Designers. Poor named business she hates as much as I do. Like, I worked there for 5 years and he still couldn't convince me it's not named that because someone forgot to change the dummy decks on the sign. However, it's no longer my circus, so I'm no longer their 9-to-5 monkey. As the older sibling, it's my prime joy to be right, but I've surrendered to Lynn again. Feels liberating to be unemployed. I close the door behind me as I return home. Lynn's probably still screaming. Bestie, I had a stellar hangout with you today. Today's ED drink is my take on the dessert en masse. I pull up her stream on my phone as I overhear her in the kitchen. The chat zooms by with hundreds of cocktail emojis, a known signature for her since sharing a drink recipe is our video ending tradition. As always, I'll drop the recipe. As always, I'll drop the recipe for this cocktail in the description. Mods are sharing links if y'all chill for a sec. Both joined cocktail emotes fly up in the chat. This drink is summery delicious, and best of all, pig. It's a crime to sleep on it. I want to hear all about it while discussing next time's drama. Until then, sip on and carry on. Stream ends, my sister bounces out of the kitchen towards me. Welcome back, how'd it go? My face twists up like she ate 1,000 lemons. Kinda, she didn't believe I was quitting. Of course she didn't. You're a good egg that never took a sick day in the 5 years you worked for her. What matters is that I'm free of her now. That may be for you, but her office can't burn out fast enough for me. Don't say something so terrible. There are at least 2 good people who work there. Anywho, when's Egan coming? You're packed and ready to go, right? I am. What about you? I've been ready to go. I have 15 minutes recorded and queued. Following a return from Marathon, I'll have so much to talk about. I'm sure your viewers will love it, so be sure to clear everything without delay, okay? I wouldn't want her exposing Orthodian secrets on accident. Have a group called Egan should be picking Lynn and I in about 10 minutes. Can't wait to see him. We've kept in touch, but I miss being with him in person. I should run away, but perhaps I should reach out first? Yeah, this is another ending, so... Like I said, download the game and go see it yourself. You smile like you've got the world in your hands whenever you read his messages, you know? It's super cute. We bicker and gossip like old friends. Since you two will be growing old together, I have nothing to worry about. Chatting with Egan is the best part of each day. I love hearing about what he's doing and receiving photos of Orthon since he safely returned. He said what package each month from his new Rubicon to mine was stuff that may interest me, or things the experiment that made him think of me. The biggest change is how vulnerable and open he's been with me. During our 3 days together, he never complained about anything or mentioned when things were hard on him. It's been a way that's changed. He shared his fears about losing his loved ones in the succession war, and he's only recently broken his habit of keeping everyone at arm's length. Been lovely, especially since he reciprocates and listens to me better than Lene does. Which is an immense feat considering she's like an extension of myself. I glanced past Egan's most recent message and asked him where he is. There's about 2 minutes left to arrive on time. House is shaking. I listened for the familiar hum of the mothership. I'll stretch. You think he'll be late again? Our doorbell rings. Does that answer your question? Lene crosses to the door, but Egan appears before me in a shower of particles and tugs me into a tight embrace. I squeeze him back, but it doesn't feel like enough. He's everything. The more of him I grab and pull against me, the closer he holds me. The piece of my soul I've been without has finally returned. He cups my face at his pops as he eases back. Aaron, you're even more stunning than I remember you. Wretched Scrimp. How many times did I tell you to use the door? I'll be bald next month from all the stress you give me. Let him have his moment. As the official face of forethought, he must carry himself with dignity. Andale's anger melts away like hot candy in water the second he sees Lynn. Lynn! Hi, Andy. I'm glad to see you again. There's a red view before her that I'm speechless. I suppose being down bad may just be an Orthonian trait. My Daffy. I hope you'll enjoy your time on Thorian. I'm both nervous and eager to show it to you. I'm sure it'll be amazing if its ruler is any indication of what I can expect. He looks at me as if I'm his entire universe from the praise. I've warned you so many times not to look at me like that, you know? I'm weak to it. Like what? Tell me. He grins, telling me he's doing it on purpose. Fetch the bags. We'll depart immediately. And he carries my things himself up to the spaceship. My trip is supposed to be 6 months maximum, but now that I've seen him and confirmed how happy being with him makes me, I think I'll extend my stay for as long as I'm able. Would you like to stay forever? And that's it. Yeah, like I said, there were like 2 endings or something I didn't get. I'm gonna go enjoy them on my own. You could, like I said, if you want to see what the endings are, you can go get them yourself. It's free. Well, like I said, it was cute and I enjoyed it. So thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for tolerating me having to constantly blow my nose because my nose is so stuffy. It's that time of year. All right, good night, everyone. Rest well, eat your vegetables, and think up some nice, cute dating ideas for your alien boy while you're at it. Go spend Christmas with your alien husbando. I'm sure he'd appreciate the quality time. Good night.